Oh yeah. For gore. Mm-hmm. Boom. Bruh. Yeah, my phone. Turn it down. Cool. That's working. Perfect. This. Oh, not yet. All right. That is fine. Turn those on. Come on. Bruh. This is the most annoying part. Because I gotta wait for everything to like communicate with each other and catch up. Alright, answer finally being. Oh, what's up, Willow? How you doing? Homeboy. Yep. Bro, this thing's just not fucking working. I would like to have YouTube. Oh, there it is. Cool. Boom. Everything's functioning. In theory. I think this is. Oh. What do you need? And I am live. Still setting up though, because I always go live while setting up.
Yeah, I know. Yo.
Willow's in
Did
chat.
you see the new Pokemon?
No, I don't keep up with Pokemon.
The DLC dropped, and Absol's actually good.
Unheard of. And wait, did he get a Mega Absol Z?
Yeah, and it's Mega Ghost, and it looks edgy as fuck.
It's Absol. I expected nothing less.
We have Mega Galissapod now.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some, bro. Also, Mega Darkrai looks like a butthole. But other than that, no, like he looks like a legitimate butt of a cat.
Okay. Mega Absol Z actually doesn't look that bad.
It looks like Kitsune.
Lamau.
Do you want to go what its stats are?
Sure. Is it a fucking rock
154
type?
attack and 151.
Jesus. 151, you said?
Who?
Huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
151 speed.
Jesus. Okay.
Also,
All right.
Mega Heatran has 251 special defense.
Someone's Wi-Fi is dying. I'm hoping it's not me. Oh, Mega Draco looks like an eye. He looks so goofy.
It looks like a butthole. It looks like a butthole.
That shit looks like a Kirby boss. What you talking about?
Uh, if you ever seen a cat butt, it looks like that.
I have seen a cat butt. This thing looks like a Kirby boss.
That's
Very
what
different.
everyone online is saying that it looks like a butt.
Clearly,
I agree. All I see is a butt.
yes.
I
That
get I
is
get the design, but like does look like a butt still.
that is what we've figured out, Willow, is that Kitsen's persona is now Mon. Truly is a loss for humanity.
For real. A glass cannon, no less, just like his feelings.
Lamau. Okay. I think this is the one that we already. Farogs. Ruina.
Anyway, I just called to tell you the news. My girl
Alright.
is upset that I called you.
Lamau? Gets shit on, I guess? Is he already he's already gone. I will not make you sandwich. Suffer. Hmm. You know what? I will in fact rig the wheel as always. Two more Zeldas. Double chance of Zelda. I will be playing Zelda tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Holy shit. That's Ruin the Modded, right? Yep. Ruin the Modded. Alright. One of my viewers has been fucking waiting for me to try out this mod pack. Ruina. Alright, let me Library of Ruination. Boom. Hold on. Let me gotta change the information on this. Boom. 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 Let me just make sure that I actually properly changed this time because I remember one time I changed it and it was like, hell no. Perfect. You see, I fucking knew it. Fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. There it is. That's what I thought. All right, cool. Fixed. Functional. I'm scared. I do believe I got rid of everything. Like it was a completely blank slate for the mods. This guy's got all the fucking solos. Hell no. Key page searcher. That everything? Other than sample? Looks like it is to me. Alright. Time to head in this bitch. If it crashes, funny as fuck. It's struggling right now. What is what? I'll explain to the best of my ability. Whatever it is that you don't know what it is, because I have every answer you might ever need. Trust me, I was literally there. Dude, this game? Lamau? Um, it's a deck builder that's like low key a visual novel, and the game's fun. It's fucked. It's a grimdark universe. Everything's fucked. No one wins in the end, but the music goes fucking crazy. Wait, what? What are we doing about? I was too busy fucking vibing. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Well, it's a good game. I don't think you'd like it because I know you don't really play card games, but it's a good game. Time to fucking bring back all the voices I gave each of these characters. I refuse to comprehend out of spite. Then don't comprehend it. That's why I did not explain it very well. It's a card builder, part visual novel. That is all. This is the end screenshot, by the way, because I did in fact beat the game. Yes. Yeah, I should probably like read all this, huh? I tried my best to give every character a different voice, or at least from the main cast, because there is 10 frequently recurring characters, right? 9. It's Angela or whatever her name is. Yeah, Angela, which is the library the head, and then there's 8 floors, I think. That is counting Roland's. Malkuth, Yesod, Hod, Nejak, Gebera, Tefereth, Hawkma, and Bina. There's 9 floors. So yeah, 10 characters. I was right the first time. I go out to the streets, my hand in my pockets.
아직 이곳을 나갈 수는 없어.
I don't remember who like any of these guys are about to be. Is this the yeah, this is when Roland gets fucking kidnapped. I still cannot leave this place.
끝까지 나는 자유롭지 못하네.
Even at the end of all this, I cannot be free.
분수에 맞지 않는 꿈을 품어서는
Oh, this is Angela.
안 된다는 거야.
I think. Am I not allowed to have a dream that is beyond my means?
젠장 불안 눈물.
Oh, okay, so like now that like I've beat the game, that I know the story. Wait, hold on. Let me just make sure that I actually posted it right. Because now I think of it. Did I even do that? Okay, I did it. I did do that. Okay, cool. I did it right. Everything's fine. Anyways, now that like I know the story and I know more of the characters and how like shit happened or whatever, like, dude, I'm gonna be like, oh, you know. Damn it, purple tear.
이딴 방식으로
Can't
일을
believe this how she
처리했으면
handled it.
뭐가 어떻게 된 거야?
What the hell happened?
연기들은
There's all
뭐고?
the smoke. Guess I'll have to trust her.
한 번만 말할게.
I forgot that she had the bird dress. I only say this once. I despise her verbose and roundabout speech that doesn't get straight to the point.
그러니까 괜히 말을
So
잃지
don't try to get
말고
wordy. Just
묻는
answer my
말에만
questions.
대답해. 물론 질문도
You
하지 마.
don't get to question me either.
넌 어디서? 그리고
Where
어떤
did
목적을
you come
가진
from?
채
How'd you enter this place? And for what purpose?
뭐야?
Oh, who are you two?
속이 몇 수가
Ugh,
꿀렁거리네.
boy, I'm suddenly getting all nauseous. My leg!
난 경고했고 넌 어겼어.
I
다시 한번
warned you,
물어볼게.
and you crossed the line. Let me ask you one more time. One more time.
넌 어디서?
Where did you
그리고
come
어떤
from? How did you
목적으로
enter this
이곳에?
place? And for what
그리고
purpose?
어떻게 들어왔지?
I was just walking around and ended up here before I
그냥
realized
길을
it.
걷다가 정신을
No idea how I
차리더니
got here.
어디였어.
Damn
어떻게
it.
들어왔는지 몰라. 진짜 오른쪽 다리에서 피가 줄줄 나오잖아. 이런 영문도 모르는 곳에 올 생각은 전혀
Oh,
없었다고.
wait, you said but community wellness team is having people drown snow globes with what they like. That's cringe. Those people should get disqualified. I'd rather a sloppy drawing than AI art when it comes to shit like that. I hope they get fired. No idea how I got here. Damn it. Blood is gushing out of my right leg. I swear I wasn't trying to trespass. I don't even know where this is.
난 오후 1시쯤에
I woke up
대충
around 1
일어나서
p.m., started
무작정
walking around the street in
식당복을
District
먹어둔 걸
13.
걷고 있었고.
I was just out and about. I figured I could go wherever I wanted, so I decided to drop by Ham Pang Pang. I heard they served a weekly special sandwich. Anyways, I had bills to pay, got no jobs, had to make a living somehow. As a one-man outfit.
너무 길게 말했어.
You dragged on too long. I'll be taking your left arm and left leg next.
목적도 없고
You have no
이곳으로
purpose,
오게
and you
된
don't even know how you got
방법도
here.
모른다.
Just who are you?
넌
Just an ordinary fixer who's hit rock bottom.
평범한 밑바닥 해결사.
The hell is this place? And who are you? Ah! Come on. Taking 2 limbs at once is cheating.
질문은 내가 해.
I'm the one asking questions. Your name?
좋아.
Roland.
이곳은
Good.
도서관이야.
Welcome to the library.
그리고 아직
We've yet to
손님을
serve any
받지
guests,
않았지.
but then you suddenly appeared
그런데
out of nowhere.
이곳에 초대받지
It took
않은
me quite a bit of
손님은
effort
절대
designing the
들어올 수
library to
없도록
ensure that
설계한다.
no one invited
많은
guests
수고가
could enter, you
들어있는
see. Damn it.
진짜.
These limbs were all I had.
다리가 장사 미쳤냐.
I don't have any cash or
구할 돈도
mortgages
담보가
to get new ones anymore.
없단 말.
기절했군.
Seems he fainted.
일어나.
There it is. This is the Angela I know. Hell yeah. Drip to hell and back. That's what I'm talking about. Wake up. My legs. My arms.
뭐야?
Wait.
멀쩡하게
Tactic
붙어있잖아.
again?
이걸로
You should be able to swing your arms and walk again. And I made a few readjustments to your body to make it a bit easier for you to use. Although you did trespass on my library, I also took your limbs away without your consent, so I'm giving you these as an apology.
난 인내심이 많고
I'm quite patient and generous, you see. Patient, my ass.
많은 개뿔.
I least supposed to be thankful for this. That your warning isn't effective anymore, right?
그래.
Nope, not anymore.
기절해 있는
I had a
동안
few thoughts while
나도
you were
몇 가지
knocked out.
결론은 이거야.
And here's my
너는
conclusion.
이곳에서
You'll help me out here.
뭐?
Huh? What? Do syndicates these days kidnap people this way too? Or is this one of the
아니면
wings?
이곳은 특이점 연구실이라고
I heard rumors
해서
they
자들을
abduct
여기저기
test
떠나지
subjects from
않냐고
here and
하는데
there for singularity research.
내가 아는 사람도
An
그런
acquaintance
시도를
of mine
시도를
apparently
쳐보는
began
놈들이
jumping
있거든.
between dimensions as a side effect of one of those experiments. Purple tier.
결국 내
Okay, so she was caught by warp tech, or what, by warp core, W core. Interesting. I think that's my guess. Oh, don't worry. This game makes zero sense until like late game. I know who Roland is, I know who Angela is, I know who Roland's talking about, how he got here, which he is lying out of his ass at the moment. You're gonna meet a bunch of characters. I know what all their stories are. I've never played the game before this one, Lobotomy Core. Like I played it, but not for long. Never finished it, I should say. My life really is a monkey mess.
여기는 도서관이야.
This is a library. I don't know the syndicates you're talking about, but this place is in the wing at least.
관심 없어.
You're correct. This is not Doom. Speaking of Doom, I do have Doom Eternal. I should play at some point. I still have to play Space Marine. Should get that downloaded so I can play it like during the weekend or something. Doesn't really matter. Whatever the case, I'm trapped here, and you'll explain me, right?
그래.
Yes,
너를
I am letting you
살려두는
live for two
이유는 첫
reasons.
번째.
First, I need an
초대받지도
analysis of how you could
않았는데
enter this place
이곳에
uninvited.
들어온 것에 대한 이유도 모르고
Sending you
너를
back
밖으로
or
내보내거나
neglecting you without
살려두는 건
knowing the reason could pose
도서관에
a
있어서
significant threat to the
크나큰
library.
뭐, 이제
Well,
아무도
it's not like
내
you can
허가
leave
없이
without my
나갈 수
permission
없는
anymore.
거지만. 두 번째,
Second,
난
from now on,
이제부터
I will
도시에
collect
대한
books about the city
습득을
and search for
단
the one
하나의
absolute
절대적인
book.
이 과정을 도와주면
And I
돼.
want you to help me with this process.
넌 도시에서 살고
Since
있는
you are a
인간이니까
resident of the city, I expect you to
여러
be
가지
helpful in
도움이 될
various
거라
ways.
기대하고 있어.
I knew it.
언젠가
Wait, I knew this would happen to me someday. People would disappear without a trace, only to be found as chunks of flesh much later. It is, in fact, kidnapping, but like backwards. He broke in. Allegedly, unknowingly. And she's like, you know, she was holding, what's the law or whatever that lets you like hold down your house basically? She did that. She lopped off all his limbs, defending her home. Hold on. Ah. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah. So she blew off all his limbs, defending her home. And he's like, what the fuck? And she gave she gave him the limbs back. And she's like, I've zero clue what the fuck that means. At least he's not not chunks of flesh currently. I used to laugh at those poor folks for being careless and unlucky, but now I see it has nothing to do with carelessness or anything, huh? Just happens without a moment's notice.
목숨에 대해서는 걱정하지
Don't be too
마.
concerned about your life. You're not allowed to die here unless I permit you to. Damn it. So this is a crazy laboratory sort of deal. You, like, shove random stuff in corn kernels and clockwork into people's stomachs and turn them into walking popcorn, spewing popcorn machine men or something? This has got to be the worst. I'd rather die and be over with it all. Yes. But this time, the cat wants to leave. Well, he doesn't. But he's posing as if he did want to leave.
앞으로도 또 그런
If you spout such nonsense one more time, I'll gladly turn you into a human popcorn machine unless you so wish.
난 맑아지도 않은
I've already
세계의
gone
일을
through so many
반응하는
cycles of
돼지거리를
bullshittery, responding to
너무나도
every
오랜
bit of
반복해왔거든.
meaningless rubbish. Sorry, ma'am.
정식으로 인사를 할게.
Let me introduce myself properly.
내 이름은
My name is
Angela.
Angela. I am the head librarian and director of this library.
엔젤라.
Angela. That's a good one.
좋은 일을. 그래서
So,
내가
what am I
뭘
supposed to
해야
do?
하는데?
도서관에 초대된
Your
손님을
role is to
응대해주면 돼.
welcome the guests invited to the library.
내가 고심해서
I will
작성한
carefully
초대장으로
determine what
손님을
guests
부를
to
거고.
invite and write an invitation
넌
accordingly, and
초대
you will
후에
entertain the
이곳으로 오는
guests
손님을
once they
접대하면
accept the
되는 거야.
invitation and arrive at the library.
넌 실제로 도시에서
So a
살았고
cat.
해결사일 때
Honestly,
살고 있으니까.
fair enough. Roland is very
다양한
much being a
삶을
cat
더
right now.
능숙하게 접대할 수 있겠지.
He is constantly like, damn, this place sucks ass. I can't wait to get out of here. Secretly, though, that's all I'm saying. Since you have actual experience working as a fixer, I'm sure you will be able to give various types of guests a much better reception than I could.
뭐 그래봐야
I missed to watch the grade 9 fixer though.
접대라는 것은
What's
뭐야?
this reception all about anyway? Will catch their eyes, or be a waiter for them or
말
something?
그대로 입장한 손님들을
It's simple. You just have to
상대해주는데
deal with the guests in a
물론
physical manner, of course.
물리도서관이
The
손님들에게
their
시련을
library
주고
presents
그
the guests with an
과정에서
ordeal.
책이
The books will
펼쳐지기
open up in the
마련 시련을
process.
극복한
The
손님은
guests who have
책을
overcome the
얻을
ordeal will be
자격이
deemed
있는
worthy to earn their books.
응대하는 과정에서
There
네가
is the possibility
죽더라도
that you
그건
may
잠시
die the process of reception, but it's only
도서관이
temporary.
폐건하면
You'll
넌
be
다시
back up when the
일어날
library
테니까
closes.
이곳에서는
No
내
one
허락
here may
없이
rest without
잠들
my
수
permission.
없습니다.
너 혹시 해결사한테
Do
무슨 환상 같은 거
you
있어? 그것도
happen
구급
to
해결사한테?
have some weird fantasies
그렇게
about
다재다능한
fixers?
해결사가
Aren't you expecting
아니야.
too much from a grade 9? I'm not as talented as you seem to think, you know?
내가 할 바는 아니지.
That's not my
매뉴얼은
business.
준비해뒀으니까
I've prepared a manual for you,
방법을
so go
적당히
ahead and figure
찾아라.
things out yourself.
음흠.
I think I get the gist of it now.
읽어보니 대충
So
뭔지
how does this
알겠어.
invitation exactly work?
초대장을 펼쳐놓고
Open up the invitation and register the books you wish to serve
손님들에게
to your
대접할
guests.
초대장은
And next,
자연스럽게 전달될
The
거야.
invitation will be naturally sent to those who need the books. That's
그렇게
it.
얼렁뚱땅 진행된다고?
Sounds a bit too easy.
초대장은 도서관과
The invitation is
마찬가지로
another carefully
많은
crafted work of
정성을
mine,
쏟아서
much like the
구성된
library.
내 그래.
Yes, think of it as a compass. It would be easier to understand this that way.
방향을 알려주는
Ah,
나침반?
compass, as in the tool that tells directions?
맞아.
That's
초대장은
right.
내가 얻고자
The invitation will
하는
guide me
단
towards
한
the
권의
one
책으로
book that I
인도해줄
truly
거야.
wish to obtain. This is a deck builder. This is not Balatro. Nor is it what's the name of that? Like Slay the Spire or anything like that. This is you've got up to 9 possible characters eventually, and you can make different decks for them. Yeah, it's not like poker either. You have access to all the cards you have unlocked. You make an 8-card deck and go crazy.
그리고 책에 따라
And sometimes the invitation may turn red according to the books you've registered. A red invitation indicates that it can be sent to a special guest who will unravel the next part of the story.
붉은 초대장이 의도하는
Until we
것과
register the
어긋나는
books that match with
이곳에서
what the red
멈추게
invitation
되는 거지.
wants, our journey will be halted for a bit. Yes, closer to Magic the Gathering, but not as many cards. Again, you only get like 8 or 9 slots. I think it's 9 slots actually. But because like Magic, if I remember correctly, like the minimum is 40 for standard and 100 for commander. So you can't have less than 40 cards, even in, like the smallest game modes. This game, you can't have more than 9. Well, you have to have 9. Water's so good, man. Just helped it for a bit.
초대장을
But there's no
받는다고
guarantee that the guest will always
손님이
respond to the
반드시
invitation,
온다는
right?
보장은 없잖아.
A card, when you play it, it does things. In this game, they'll have different effects. 99% of them are like blocking or dealing damage. Every once in a while, it's like, oh, when you play this card, you get an energy. Sometimes it's like, oh, when you do a hit with this hit, you get an energy. And a lot of cards have a bunch, like multiple dice on them. Oh yeah, because it's like a pseudo dice rolling game. Honestly, you could unironically have a like ruina tabletop and it would work. Because a lot of the mechanics can just be done with real life. It's a lot of dice rolling, like a lot of dice rolling.
있어.
In fact, there is. They're destined to come.
그리고 손님들은
And the guests will accept the invitation of their own will and enter the library. That's surprisingly polite and fair for something that takes place in the city. Most of the time, people's lives are taken away by others without any consent or agreement. Yes. This game... So, you've got up to 9 floors, right? One floor can house up to 5 employees. One main one, which is the face of the floor, and the other 4 are customizable to home back. the each employee can have a 9-card, will have a 9-card deck. Each employee, you can give them essentially like a class that you get by killing other people. You can give them like a class, and that class will have passives. You can attach other passives to each class as well. The passives are things like at the start of the game, draw 2 extra cards, or whenever you deal piercing damage, deal 2 extra damage, stuff like that. There's a couple. Usually the special ones, they're called Object the Arts. They're essentially like the equivalent of like a 5-star in like Genshin. Those get funky really quickly. One of them is Gebera, or the Red Mist rather. Gebera gets that one because that's her special thing. Gebera being one, I believe the host of Floor 6, the literature floor, I think, if I remember correctly. And like one of her passives is called the Strongest, and it just goes your lowest. So the game has speed dice. A speed dice is like an action in D&D. Whoever has the highest speed dice moves first, but then eventually the characters will have multiple speed dice. And then that way, like, if your speed dice is 9, and then your second was like 4, and the enemy's got like a 7, then you'll move first, then the enemy will go, and then you'll go again, type thing. You attach cards to each speed dice from your hand. And then Gebera's passive, the Strongest, makes it so your lowest speed dice becomes infinite speed. So you, like, unironically rarely ever roll anything lower than like a 3. Gebera is really good. Well, anyways, once we get those books, what comes next? The library is a place of limitless possibilities. Even I cannot fathom the infinite space and power of this library just yet. That's why I wish to complete the library by filling that space with books. And I will get my hands on the one perfect book that will complete me and my library. The perfect book, huh? Suppose those books are different from the ones I know? But we already saw the opening. Wow. Book of something. Let's go. The rats, right? Yeah! Hey, hurry up and scoop them up now. Those swag goons might arrive any second.
나름대로 최선을 다해 담고 있는 거라고.
I'm doing my best here. Just can't seem to get a clean rip of his guts. The contents of this guy is really different. I've never even heard of a body modification procedure that does this. Something's off about these organs. They are looking really strange. Damn it. The footsteps are getting closer. Forget about clean cuts. Just pull them out and take them. At this rate, our heads are gonna be nicely chopped off our bodies. Why does he have this kind of stuff in his body? Whatever, just take them. We're out of time. Just about done. Now, run! That was close. You're a bold one, Pete. Oh, I forgot harvesting a territory matched by this Y. I feel like I changed his voice like 4 times. The Dong Du Mang Huang or whatever. Oh yeah, this game's Korean. These are the only jobs we have left. You have to climb up by any means necessary, whatever it takes. You know my dream, right? To become one of the fingers of the back streets. I'll admit it, it's rare to see someone dream these days. Let's sell off these guts we found first. Gotta prepare cash to offer to the stray dogs. True. But this could be our chance to join the Urban Legend class syndicate. Alright, time to check out the harvest. Hey, is this a joke? You sure you scrapped up the right stuff? I told you. This guy didn't have a single proper organ inside him. I expected innards soaked in drugs like enkephalin at worst. These are damaged too badly. It's almost like someone already blew them up. You only doused them with anesthetics. They don't do no harm. This doesn't make sense. How could he even have walked around with these messed up organs? What if it's one of those, you know, rumors say there's a guy who skewers and threats people alive to turn into dolls. Oh shit, you hear of the puppeteer already? Wow. Yeah, I've heard that too, but I've heard that too, but look at the states of these things. Not the case at all. I hear these dolls are made by threading flesh and bone together, but this son of a bitch didn't have any scars or stitches showing outside. Now that I think about it, there was a round orange symbol on the back of his neck. Round orange. Round orange. Round orange. It was a tattoo at first, but it didn't seem like the type to have one. He was a desk-working dweeb. Symbols, tattoos, damn it! Please don't tell me we've poked the wrong beehive.
그거 말고도
Besides that,
이런 종이
he also had this envelope in his body. What the hell is an envelope doing in a human body? This keeps getting worse. Give me that. An invitation to a library? What's this about? Books? Fuck, I've fucked up their voices. Whatever. Whatever. Books? We can't get books from the library? What a bunch of nonsense.
아,
It was a flop after all. The payment is due tomorrow.
정확히는 7시간
We've
정도
got 7 hours to be exact. That's too little time for another run of gut harvesting. We're headed to the library as the invitation says. Fuck. We're headed to the library as the invitation says. I don't know what this book thing is, but we're out of options. We gotta take any chance we got. Isn't this just suicide? We don't know what kind of place it might be. Can't be any worse than dying to stray dogs or this YA association. We're screwed anyway. Shut up and follow me if you want to live.
지금 본 것은
What was that we just saw?
초대장이 보여주는
Fragments of the invitation process.
방문할 손님들의
We can
이야기를
take a peek at the stories of the upcoming guests.
엿보기라니 취미
They
한번
didn't take you for a peep, Tom.
어떤 손님이
It's more
방문할지는
convenient to know what
미리
kind of guests will visit us in advance, isn't it?
그리고 이건 내
Besides,
뜻이 아니야.
this is the invitation's will, not mine.
그 초대장의 기능이
That's a splendid thing you got there, ma'am. Prize upon people and kidnaps them too. Perfect tool for crimes.
이런 기능이 있다면
Heck, if the invitation can do all that, why don't we just skip the whole reception part?
그냥
Can we just teleport them right into a room full of traps or something?
그래서는 안 돼.
I cannot do that. We can only take a peek when it has been decided that the guests are coming here of their own volition.
초대장이 내 온전한 힘인
And the
것도
invitation's power isn't wholly mine either. I am simply borrowing it.
아니고.
Yeah,
그나저나
what?
절박한 손님들이네.
Yeah. No wonder anything goes so. No way anything can go so smoothly in the city. They're desperate guests. Tell me, was the invitation responsible for that symbol and internal damage as well?
그럴 리가.
What?
전혀
Not a
관계없어.
chance. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened.
초대장을
그러면
어?
요상한 일은
The invitation simply finds a way to those who need it. That means there's weird things happening where someone else is doing.
해결사 생활을 조금
I've never seen that kind of
하면서도
phenomenon back
저런
when I was a
현상은
fixer.
처음 봐서
It's
말이지.
like something from the ruins.
요적?
Ruins?
나도 잘
I
몰라.
don't know a whole lot either. I only
그냥
heard
들은
stories of it.
것뿐이니까.
Should I describe it as
마법이라고. 아무튼 그런 것들이 유적에 있다더라고.
kind of stuff exists in the ruins apparently?
뭐가 됐든
In
우리는
any
손님을
case, we
맞이할
simply
뿐이야.
greet our guests. They seem to be low class, but oh well.
저놈들은 뒷골목의 양아치나
Those are probably a bunch of
거야.
lowly gangsters from backstreets. We call them rats.
조직이라고 부르기
Group of
좋던
half-assed
유명한
thugs
어중이
that
떠중이들이지.
barely qualifies as a syndicate.
옷도 없고,
They don't have
집도
money
없어.
or power.
당장 하루에 벌이만
They're
하는
losers who
얼굴에
only think about making ends
패배자들이야.
meet day by day.
이건 내 얼굴에
I just have roasted myself there.
뒷골목.
The
알고
backstreets.
있어.
I know of them.
그래?
아는 사람
do?
중에 뒷골목
That's
출신이
someone I know is from the backstreets.
뒷골목 출신이라고
Oh,
특별할
that's
건
nothing
없지.
special, really. The backstreets stretch all over the city
오히려
like
뒷골목
veins.
출신이
Heck,
아닌
it might
사람을
actually be tougher to find someone who isn't from the backstreets.
이곳이 도서관인가?
So,
생각보다
this is the library.
곳인데.
Looks fancier than I thought.
어쩌면
There'd be a bunch of valuable things here.
꽤 있-
환영합니다, 손님.
Greetings, dear guests.
이곳은
This is the library.
저는 도서관의
And I am
관장이자
Angela, the
사서.
librarian of my role's
엔젤라,
namesake.
이곳에서는
You may find what you
당신이
desire
원하는
here,
걸
but
찾을
you
수
may
있지.
also end up yielding your
당신의
precious
소중한 걸
possessions to
내놓을
us.
네가 이거 주인이야?
You, the owner of this place?
여기서 원하는 건 다 가져갈
You're the
수
owner of this
있다는
place?
거지.
We're allowed to take whatever we want here, right?
정확히 말하자면
Indeed. You
책을
may earn
얻을 수
books to be
있습니다.
exact.
물론 그럴
If
수
you're able,
있다면
of course.
책이란 게 과연
Those
돈이
book things
들까?
really worth a lot, though?
정보의 가치가
Of course they can
높다면
be, if the information they hold is valuable.
망치! 우리가
망치!
지금 똥오줌 가릴 때야? 당장
Beggars
물어서
can't be
붙잡아야
choosers.
한다고.
We gotta cling onto anything we can find.
그럼 부디
Where you find your books in this place then? Fight time! I got a pre-made deck. Oh no, yeah, like right here, you get to like see what these goofies be up to. So you can see their cards, ass. My cards, slightly better than ass. On the better end of ass. And sometimes they have like unique cards and shit. There's different damage types. Each person will have like their one like thing that they're weak to or whatever. Alright, Roland. Let's get cooking. Yes. Yes. You click this thing and it rolls the speed dice. I got my homie. I get to like do shit now. I move last, I think. Do I want to do this one? I wish I knew who go first. I don't know if it's you don't care. I think it's this one then, because like these guys all have the same speed, and there is like a priority order to some of these things. An example, so this one has got a dodge dice, a block dice, and an attack dice. I'm hoping that so the dodge dice will eat his attack dice. If I miss, I take damage. If I don't miss, I take no damage. Simple. And I get stagger back. The yellow bar is stagger, the red one's health. Then, because I'm gonna have this extra block dice, it's gonna save it for next time I'm attack this turn after I use this card. In theory, should be by the time that this guy comes to attack me. So I'm gonna block him, and it's guaranteed to do it. Blocking deals stagger damage if I succeed, which is nice. So he's gonna take some stagger, and then this one's nothing's gonna happen because she's trying to dodge me, but I'm not doing anything to her. So in theory, like this should go crazy right here. Perfect. This is exactly what I thought would happen. Ah, no, never mind. The other one moved first. Fuck. Block dice can't go up against block dice. Okay. This one should take care of both. Trumping with an attack dice just makes you do damage. What happened to my block dice? I'm so confused. Oh yeah, and then killing people will give you books pertaining to that person for these earlier stages. These are just rats. Fuck. Alright. You better get cooked. Why am I taking fucking bleed damage? Oh, I'm constantly fucking bleeding because of the Alright, Lenny. I'm not letting you live for much longer. Oh, I'm dead? Do I die here? Straight up? I do. Okay, oh, it's fine. If it's a tie, it works. We did it. These are the spoils, gives you hella books and shit. Curtains closed.
조직에 속하는 것이
I wonder,
그렇게도
is it
중요한
so
일일까?
important for them to belong to a renowned syndicate?
도시에서 살아가려면
It's all part of city life. You have to belong to a group,
조직이든
be a
어디든
syndicate or
간에
anything
자신이
else.
속할 집단을 구하지 않고서는
Living in the city gets too
살아가기
tough
싫어.
otherwise. Wow. I can go oh. Oh yeah. That's what's up. And my friend asked me if I was gonna be on for the Warframe update, but I wanted to play Zelda. But then I was like, I did tell you guys last stream that I was gonna spin the wheel today, and so I did. Also, how you doing, Dashes? Have you been thoroughly enjoying your let's run 50 of these. Have you been thoroughly enjoying your Octopath Zero? Magic. Are you new? I don't recognize your name, but I recognize it somewhat, so you've been here before, I'm pretty sure. Hold. I'm trying to think. Hold. Yeah, I got nothing. Welcome in, Magic, whoever you are. How many cards do I have? Hold on. All of the gut harvesting. Hell yeah. Alright, yeah, this is good enough. Alright, these are... Oh no, that's right, they're like actually good. Oh, yeah! I have not been able to catch a single one of his streams. Not that he has streamed recently, I don't think. But I haven't been able to catch a single one in a minute. How you doing? Actually, I think I'd rather just keep the skitter away, yeah. That's what's up, that's what's up. Yeah, like I've been really busy with work and shit, so I have not been able to stop by a lot of people that like I wouldn't say I watch Volnix, but if he's live I might drop by and like say hi or whatever. 231414. Honestly? That's what's up. Yeah. Let me get some more skitterways. Actually, let me get one light defense, because that block dice might come in clutch. Who the fuck knows? This is modded, and I'm gonna get cooked. Actually, I lied. Fuck charging cover. Guide to survival. Fuck a light defense. Guide to survival. Alright. I'm not good at making decks, by the way. Oh, I probably should have actually, like, equipped one of these beforehand. Now that I think about it. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, cool. Give me some of these. Give me one of these. Give me two of these. Give me two of these. And two of these. Okay, so since you haven't played much, I'll do my best to hold my tongue, because I've already beat this game. There's a modded run that one of my viewers want me to do. He's not here at the moment, though. He'll probably get here a bit later. Usually he gets here eventually. Or at least that's what, like, recently he's been doing that. Book of Rats. Let's go. Oh, okay. Cool. Wait.
그래도 그런
Hold on. I need to skip this and go back. Yeah, I can use that from here, actually. Continue. Because I forget, do I have to like click this? I need the viewer here, because he's the one that knows how this works. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, do I have to click workshop? I don't remember. Because this is modded. I've never like I've tried a little bit of modded Ruina, but this is essentially a mod pack. I've only tried like 2 mods because he asked me to one time that I got to a really easy spot later in the story. Because I was like, damn, like this shit kind of boring or whatever. So he was like, here's a mod to make it a little bit more difficult. And I was like, hell yeah. So I tried it with that, and honestly, that was fine. But like this button, I don't remember how any of this works. Okay, workshop is enabled. Hopefully that changes shit, you know? Anyhow. Who the fuck is this tall guy? Okay, foiled again? I didn't go through all the trouble becoming a fixer to do mundane chores like this.
이 바닥이 다 그렇잖아.
You know how it is. Only it's like few get to rise up in the ranks. But still, you might see the light of day once we start out with smaller tasks, don't you think?
그런 낙관적인 성격은
I envy your
참
optimism,
부러워,
Finn.
아무리
But a
그래도
request like
밤이
please
오기
find my
전에
lost cat
잃어버린
before
고양이를
night falls is seriously
찾아주세요.
not it.
허접한 사무소는
Garbage
쓰레기
offices
같은
get
일만
garbage
들어오는
requests.
핀.
Yeah, Finn.
너도 이런
You probably had better things doing. Better things in mind when you became a fixer.
좀더 큰 물에서
You know,
놀아야지.
a bigger field to play on.
열심히 하다 보면
I'm sure I
언제나
can move
괜찮은
to a nicer
사무소를
office or
부족하거나
become an associate
커피
fixer someday if I
해결사가
keep
될수
working hard.
있겠죠.
Then I might. That's odd.
주머니에 이런 봉투가
There's this
들어있어요.
envelope in my pocket. It says the invitation.
냄새.
이런
Smells
그냥
fishy.
넘어갈 수 없지.
Can't overlook something like this.
게다가
Besides,
좋게
if
말대로라면
what's written on the
저
invitation is
책이란
true,
것은
those books would
몇몇
be
협회에서
of
꽤
interest to
흥미를
several
가질 수 있-
associations.
흥미로운 건 사실이지만 도서관이라는 곳에 뭐가
It,
있을지
but
모르잖아요.
it is interesting, but we don't exactly know what's in the library, right?
우선 사무소에
We should
보고해서
report this to the office first and
공식적으로
take care of
일을
it formally.
구조라고 그런 쓰레기
I'd rather
사무소를
to feed a
불려서
garbage office that won't feed
안 갈
me.
거면 우리라도
We're going
간다.
first if you don't want.
해결사라는데
They call
아는
themselves
사람들이야?
fixers. Do you happen to be friends with them?
어?
What?
아, 해결사라고
Look,
해서
assuming
서로
all
다
fixers
알겠거리
know
하는
each
건
other
말이야. 길 가던
is
사람
it's like
붙잡고
picking two
아무리
random
씹어서
pedestrians and
아는
hoping they
사이냐고
know each
물어보면
other.
둘다 같은
Your question is
인간이니까
basically
서로
asking these two
알지?
strangers.
라고
You're both
물어보는
humans, so
거랑
you must know each
다를
other,
거
right? You get what I mean?
해결사들의
I should expect to see
종류와
many
수가
different kinds of
정말
fixers
많다는
if what you're saying is true.
그런 거지.
Pretty much. Bow, 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 ba-dum, bow, 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 ba-dum, bow, bow, bow. I didn't even check the other. Oh, this is just like the base fixer kit. Okay, that's neat. Oh yeah, magic. You gotta see. You gotta see how some of these mods work. Nothing's happening at the moment, but you'll see in a minute when things get funky. And man, are they gonna get funky. Bum-ba-dum, bum-ba-da. Do you not recycle block dice? I'm so fucking confused. The fight did not last long enough to show you what these mods are made of. Current call for the reception of June's office. Funnily enough, this is one of the games. Limbus is free. And Lobotomy Corporation is a bit older. Yeah. You have this on console. Oh, I have to click the button, that's right. What the fuck? When did I get these? I'm gonna burn one, see what happens. What happens if I burn one of each? Didn't get the object the art. Which is fine. Hold on. Cost -1. A single thing game +1 power. This powerful target life of 1 if. Oh, these are like good. These are really good. Why do I have these? Oh, that's to change my to change the homie down here. Hold on. Cleaner is this one. The gambling one is this one. Or casino is this one. Yeah. I don't remember how expensive I made him. I feel like I should make him cheaper. Actually, I can check how expensive I made him, right? Nah, 500. Yeah. I should probably make him cheaper. I also keep forgetting to add voice change redeems. Because, you see, doing voices is a silly time. And I do thoroughly enjoy it. Which is why I'm trying my best to give each of the characters I encounter throughout this story different voices and stuff. I did that last time for, or I did my best for the librarians. But that was before I've been doing voice training in quotes. I guess like I'll do the proxies. That's what's up. That makes it just a fun, silly time. Yeah. get the proxies, which I have now. But I'm not gonna use them yet. Pages in my deck by 1. Damn. Okay. Like, yeah, like, singleton add 2 random pages of hand reduces cost to 0. Singleton blade unlock stay instead of previous effect at a random 2 pages cost 3 or higher, reduced to 0. Okay. Oh, okay. It's alright. Do I have to click workshop? I don't know. I don't understand what's happening. It's a book of a grade 9 fixer. Alright. Oh shit. Alright. You go get charged, my guy. In case you don't come back. Appreciate you dropping by anyways. Sir, they haven't responded back to us. Something must have happened in that library. Plenty of fixers appear without a trace. Whether they died or ran off, further lack of response means violation of contract, and they are facing expulsion from my office. And there is too little evidence to back up your claim about this invitation. A door appeared. Wait. Nope, same guy. Oh. Appreciate you dropping by anyways. You go get charged. A door appeared out of thin air, and they signed the paper, and fuck. A door appeared out of thin air when they signed the paper, and they disappeared into that. Could be rich people shenanigans or a wing experimenting with its singularity. Yoon's office does not have time to spare with things like that. I might still be a grade 9 fixer, but I can sense that something's off about this. Oh really? How tragic that such good instincts of a grade 9 fixer are wasted on our humble office. Listen up, little frog in the well. In this city, insane events happen every second of the day, most of which you haven't even heard of. You won't have time to be feeling off about something when there's numerous other things that need your attention. If you can't present visible evidence right now, it's not worth looking into. What about that envelope right in front of you, operator? What? You little brat, trying to pull a cheap trick on me? I didn't do anything, I swear. Get out for a moment. Hey, this is Yoon's office. I got a good lead this time. Lend me some cash so I can hire a few. No, seriously, I have a good feeling about this. True, it can end up failing like you said. I can check just one more time if you want. I'm not exactly fond of this method, but... Yep, I have one guy that fits for the job. It seems fixers must report to their office before they can even begin working. Well, that's formally the case. I could bypass that since I ran a one-man office, though. Fixers ain't any better than syndicates when it comes to greed. And it looks like this guy's trying to exploit that naive kid, too. So this is the library. Yeah, Yoon said we might even get a sponsorship from association if I succeed. I'll do my best. Greetings, Fixer. I'm Angela, the librarian of my role's namesake. Hello, I'm Finn, a fixer at Yoon's office. Is it true that I can find books containing lots of information in this place? Yes, of course. You were given the invitation for that exact reason. May you find your book in this place. I don't have to really think that hard because I only got one character, not that many options. Got. He lived. Does he endure anything? I mean, not fucking anymore. But I guess. Got. Hey, Dashes. if you're there still,
이런.
what
아무리 그래도 애송이
what, like,
녀석이
god
부스러지는 것을 보는 건
is your dude
유쾌하지
in
않다.
Octopath Zero following? Are you like the merchant boy? Are you the scholar homie? I'm curious. Oh boy, it's not all that delightful to see such a young rookie fall like that. All things
전에 네
considered.
입으로 말했잖아.
Currently a
이
merchant.
도시에서 이
Okay,
정도는
okay,
굉장히
okay.
공평하고
That's what's
점잖은
up.
방식이라고.
That's what's up. You say yourself that on our way is quite polite and fair. That our way is quite polite and fair before, didn't you?
도시에서는 대부분
That
타의에
most of
의해
the time,
강제적으로
people's lives are
일어나는
taken
일들이
away by
있습니다.
others without any consent or agreement.
하지만 도서관은
The
달라.
library is different.
이곳에 들어오는
People who enter
손님들은
this place have
원하는
agreed to
것을
risk
얻기 위해
death
서명을
to
통한
gain
동의와
what they
함께
want.
도서관에
Even
입장합니다.
signed a paper to show such agreement.
이 과정에서
No
그 어떤
coercion
방법도
or
없었지.
compulsion is involved in this process.
전부
They make their own
그들의
choice and pay
선택과
accordingly.
대가.
뭐 그렇긴 한데.
Well, yeah, fair point, but
그래도 이건
still,
좀 뭔가
feels
치사하다는
kind of
생각이 들었어.
it kind of feels dirty in a way. I mean, yeah, that is in fact Arrow of Fortune. I gotta say, I was spamming the fuck out of that at first, and then I got up at too many job points. I don't know what to do with them anymore. I could just like get every passive for Particio, or just give merchant to literally anyone else and like farm like that. But like I don't particularly care. I basically already have every passive and ability that I might want. With like the merchant passives are kind of goated. Automatic limit power or whatever the fuck. Insane. But like I don't think I care enough. Oh, I gotta do the abno now? Okay, that's fine.
처음에 내뱉은 것 치고는
You seem to be doing your job
얌전히
meekly
잘해주는
and
것
well
같네.
for someone who complains so
첫인사를
much.
그렇게
What else do
험악하게
you expect of a
해놓고
greeting
무슨
means
대답을
in
원하는
Valor
거야?
manner?
나라고 안 놀랐겠어?
Heck, I was shot
어딘지도
hard. I
모르는
found myself in the middle of
곳에
nowhere, and
떨어졌는데.
the first person I meet blows my limbs off.
처음엔
Blows off my limbs.
막막했는데
I was lost at
몇 번
first, but
해보니
I get the gist of receiving
대충
guests now that I've
어떻게
tried it a few
숨기려니
times.
아예
Though I
없는 건 아니지만.
do still have a complaint. Make copies of skills from characters with excess job points? Oh, that's so fucking nice. That's, yeah, I figured you'd talk about Octopath Zero. That's so fucking nice, by the way. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I started playing Whirlwind's Meet yesterday. I thought about playing that today because I did have a ton of fun. Up to 3. Oh. Okay. But yeah, I love Wuxia weapons. Wuxia weapons. Like the fan and the umbrella and shit. They're so cool. The rope dart, which is just like a piercing version of the meteor hammer. But yeah.
불만?
Complaint? Jeez, man. Again with that stare. Can't say a thing.
됐으니까 이야기나 해.
Just tell me what you mean.
아니,
I mean, well, it's kind of tough to receive all the guests alone. Guests arriving one by one I can deal with, but when there's a whole group enters, the first thing that comes to mind is, how the hell am I supposed to fight all of them?
혼자로는 버거워질 때가
There's got to be a
오지
point where one person's no longer
지금이야
enough,
별거
right?
아닌 허한
It's only
적들이
working right now
많은지.
because all we've been facing were minor syndicates and stuff.
게다가 감정을
And the whole fuss
끌어내야
about
하는
heightening
손님들을
emotions. You
그냥
said I can't just
죽여서도 안
kill the
된다는
guest
거.
right away because of that.
뭐야 그 묘한
What's
표정은
that odd face hinting at?
방법이 아예
There
없는
is a
건
way,
아니지.
technically speaking, although I'm not certain if it's for the
네가
best.
나서 보려고?
You're gonna join the fight yourself? No.
대신 도움을 받을
There
수
are
있는
entities that could be of
존재가
help,
있어.
however.
존재라는 게 뭔데?
And those entities are
강력한 힘과 능력을 지니고 있었지만
the beings that used to wield tremendous strength and power, but now are too transient to maintain a physical form, hardly holding onto
이
existence.
도서관에서
I don't remember
너와
seeing
나
any
말고
living
살아
beings in the
숨쉬는
library
것을 본
other than
적이
you and
널
me.
도와줄 사서들과 함께
There are
숲
sleep
속에
inside books
잠들었어.
for the perfect environment for them
그들이
assimilated,
살기에
along with
가장 적합한
librarians who will be
장소로
of assistance to you.
책 속의 존재?
Librarians? Entities inside books?
지금은 내가 말해준 정도만
That's all
알고
you need to know
있어도 돼.
about them for now. What matters more is that they can be useful for the library's growth.
그래 뭐 그렇다
Alright.
치고
Let's say that's the case. Are those sleeping entities supposed to help us
책 안으로
exactly?
들어가서
You-
갇혀있는
oh, wait,
사서들을
ads are playing.
꺼내면 돼. 아마 각자 다른 이유로 그들의 힘에 침식해 있을 거야.
I ignored your and flying around on oversized swords because the new ads are gonna play soon. I'm acknowledging it now. I have not seen an oversized sword yet, which surprises me. To be fair, I have strayed away from the two-handed like martial arts school because I want to do the healing umbrella and the rope dart. because those are cool. But currently, I have like the offensive umbrella. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of characters. Yeah, don't worry, Dashes. I understand though. I get her. Let me see, are the homies... Are the homies still streaming? Flawea? Actually, more homies are streaming right now than there were before. Boom, boom. It was quick this time, apparently. So there's like 30 plus characters. I haven't even gone over return characters from Octopath 1. Apparently. It was quick this time, apparently. There's 30 plus characters. Mine haven't changed. I can read. Oh, welcome back, Magic. Damn, that was fucking quick as hell. Ads are playing right now, which is why I'm not doing anything. I don't know if you can see ads or if you can hear me talking, but ads are playing right now. And I, as someone who hates paying for stuff... Oh, okay, say less. As someone who hates paying for stuff, if I was watching a streamer, which I don't use Twitch to watch people, again, the closest thing is like, if someone whom I've rated, or I consider a friend or whatever, is streaming, I might drop by and say hi and like fuck with them for a bit through the chat, but I would not say I use Twitch for like watching things. But if I were to be watching someone, and ads started playing, I would appreciate it if they like waited, you know? I hate missing the action. And so, oh boy. Wait, is it my Wi-Fi? Because my Wi-Fi has been like fucking goofy recently. Oh, ads are over. Where is the... How do I check if my like my shit's like shitting itself? From my side of things, I can't tell if there is anything wrong. But I do know that my Wi-Fi recently has been getting goofy. It has been getting a little bit silly. Oh, okay. That's what's up. You have to enter the books and free the librarians trapped within. I believe they're under the influence of the abnormalities' powers for various reasons. Since they are highly unstable, they won't easily trust us. You're basically saying they'll take us for invaders. Correct. If you can overcome all ordeals presented by them, they will come to accept you. Instructions still unclear, ma'am. You said they're as mighty as wet paper now. You sure they can give any help? We're not making the abnormalities receive guests for us. If they can be understood and accepted, they will empower the librarians directly or indirectly. Still too ambiguous, I gotta say. Anyhow, what you're saying is that they'll present us with ordeals, basically, and we have to overcome them to earn their recognition and borrow their powers. Entering books sounds like something out of a fairy tale. We'll need their power to hide the emotions of our guests to the peak, after all. Someone's vacuuming outside my door. Oh yeah, just click up here. Yes, I do know that. I don't mind it. If you guys mind it, I'll turn it off, but I don't really care. I just kind of like ignore it mentally. We'll need their power to hide the emotions of our guests to the peak, after all. I wish you success in there. I wish you success in there. Sure. Anything you say, ma'am. But yeah, again, like if you guys are bothered by them, I will deactivate them. Dasha's quack. Hello. Wow. He be... You know? Boost 3 speed, boost max value, block dice by 3, mushroom fix. Damn. 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 Oh, he's like fucking. Yeah, he's fucking. Whatever. Ooh. Staggered if all attacks connect. Well, good thing that they won't. Right, game? Easy. Ah, fuck. Easy. Gaming. Sinking? Where did we get sinking from? Did I say sinking? Was it? Oh, that's where you got sinking from. True, he do be stinky. I bet he does smell awful. Get staggered, Goofy. Did my motion go up? Hell nah. I was hoping to have 3 energy for this turn so I could do some good damage by like using gut harvesting, but can't win them all. Swing, swing. Oh yeah, wait, emotion level went up. Nope. No, it didn't. World's chillest abno, what can I say? Paralysis. I did contemplate playing Zelda today. Mostly because, dude, I was having so much fun drawing that map. Truly embracing the whole bit of me being the head of the survey team. You get to be a John office person. Dirty Blow, Rat's Guide to Surviving. Give me 2 of these. Give me one. Give me that. Skitter Away, which is honestly pretty good. Light defense, thrust, quickness. I don't want light off. I think I might just take Skitter Away again. Oh yeah, my friend has been watching that guy since he started. Like honestly, that sounds sick as hell. And I would like after hearing of that, I want to do something like that. There's this website. I don't remember what the name of it is, but I do know how I can find it easily. Where you can like set up data in a way that you can like physically connect things to each other or whatever. So you just have like a bunch of dots on the screen basically, but they don't have like connections between them and stuff. And I would love to do something like what that guy's doing, the new Warframe player who's writing all the lore and shit. I would love to do that for just a game that I play because that just looks so fun. Listen. I am a massive fucking nerd. When like history keeping is cool as shit. I was having the time of my life making them like just drawing the existing map for Zelda 1 while I was playing it. Doing shit like this. So yeah, it gets me so excited because you know. Also, I entirely understand why like some people might not really get into Warframe. It is the One Piece of games. Wallop. I'm gonna take Wallop. Wallop! Or whatever. So, Book of Finn. So in my humble opinion, basically, so the way that I see it, right? One Piece good anime. Great story. The fight scenes are interesting. All the heartfelt moments are like emotional, etc., etc. It's a great anime. But you look at One Piece as someone who doesn't really watch long anime or whatever, and you're like, what the fuck? That it is a time commitment to watch One Piece, to get into One Piece. And I get why some people might not like that. Fair enough. The animation is very peculiar. The maybe you're not into like the whole pirate bit, etc., etc. Maybe the power system doesn't interest you, whatever. There's a lot of aspects of One Piece that I can see why people might not be into One Piece. That's fine. Warframe is the same shit. Extremely accessible as far as the game goes. But it's a long game that requires a ton of grinding. The gameplay is that of a third-person shooter, but like most of it doesn't feel like a third-person shooter, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the movement is very unique in my opinion. The way that the combat plays out is also very very unique in its own way. It's Warframe is it's a large time commitment, and you will get fun out of it if you are into that style of game. But I can see why some people are pushed away by it, because Warframe is, in fact, a mountain that you have to climb to find the fun parts. It's the same thing in One Piece. One Piece is a mountain you have to climb to get to the good parts. I thoroughly enjoy Warframe. Equinox, my beloved. I have watched the majority of One Piece. I've not caught up, but I have watched the majority of One Piece. But the thing is that, unlike most people, I don't have a life, and thus have time for all this shit. That is... Dude, talking about this just makes me want to play Zelda more. I want to draw the fucking map. I was talking to a friend about... Yes, exactly. Warframe is more like a third-person, or it's like a 3D platformer, but it's a 3D platformer that presents itself as a shooter. Cause like again, like the combat in Warframe is a third-person shooter with abilities. That's what the combat is, and every mission will have combat. However, once you get enough into the game, it just becomes how fast can you move and how well can you move in the tile set. That's all it becomes. Oh yeah, I was talking Dashes. I was talking to a coworker about how it was like I have fun playing Zelda. Playing Zelda puts me in such a good fucking mood, by the way. I love that series dearly. Fuck Nintendo. Anyways, so not only with guns, I don't know what Tribes is, but I do know what the other two are. And honestly, at least with those two, fair fucking enough. But yeah, so yeah, Zelda puts me in a great fucking mood. And then learning stuff, I find extremely enjoyable. And then on top of that, being able to just experiment with mechanics that I'm not used to. Peak. That is the perfect recipe for a game, for me. Is me going in completely blind, not knowing what the fuck is happening, but being able to stumble my way into shit. Not only that, but it's in the lands of Hyrule. Peak gameplay. So I was talking to my friend about how I was having a great fucking time. Oh, interesting. I'm surprised I've never heard of Tribes then. But alright. Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, I was talking with my friend about how I was thoroughly enjoying myself in Zelda. And I was like, yeah, like I didn't expect that drawing the map was gonna be as fun as I ended up having drawing the map. And then he goes, it's a primal male urge to enjoy a good map. You were destined to be a cartographer, my friend. And I was like, Lamau? But anyways. Man, like, I mean, like, I love history keeping as like a concept, and I love whenever games have deep lore that I can just really dive into. It's just so fucking cool, man. That's probably why almost every one of the characters I've played for D&D has like a high intelligence, because I like looking into things. I mean, DMs might hate me for it. I don't give a damn. But like, I thoroughly enjoy being like, okay, we're in a new town, take me to the nearest library or like bookstore or whatever. I'm gonna read up on like the local flora and fauna. I want to see what like any legends are talking about, what like the economies, etc., etc. That's also probably why whenever my players go into any town, regardless of the size of it, if they look hard enough, they will find folklore. They will find like, what is the cash crop of this place? Like, how does this place make its living? If it's not selling, how are people getting their food? What is the culture like in this place? Like, I go super in depth into every single one of those things. So the best way that makes the most logical sense to me. Example, a place entirely submerged underwater likely doesn't have much to do with things that are outside of it, you know? And there's this water planet. In the water planet, the cities are split apart by a set distance, but everything's underwater. And the capital of the place is in the Twilight Zone, I think, as far as the water depth goes. It is darker, but it's not pitch black. It's not the abyss. The water pressure down there is like heavy, but being the capital city, these guys have magic and stuff in store in case people that aren't sea creatures want to visit. You can be in there. A good chunk of the town is submerged, but you can visit most of the town by like just walking around, even if you're just like a human. But and then the town has a district that is entirely ruins, and they keep it that way because the way that seasons work in this planet is entirely based upon this pack of leviathans, basically, that migrate from one side of the planet to the other side of the planet. And the seasons are the live season, the dead season. The dead season is when trade basically can't happen because the pack of leviathans is sitting in the middle of like the major port towns, basically, wherever spaceships come into the planet, because it is a space campaign. Almost every space port is on the same side of the planet, because that's in the other side there's just too much disturbance to make safe landings consistently. So the majority of docks are in one half of the planet, and then when the leviathans are making their home in that half of the planet, not their nest, thank God, says me the DM. It becomes a dead season because trade between cities essentially can't happen because it is too dangerous. God damn it. There is no original ideas in this fucking universe. I don't even know what the hell Manan is. Or Kotor. But, whatever. Anyways, and then the live season is when the Leviathans migrate to the other half of the planet. The thing is that, to access, so there is the upper layer of cities and stuff. They're in the shallows, in quotes. That's where most people would be able to land because a lot of the ports are like a couple of inches under the surface of the water. Stuff like that. A lot of trade happens there, whatever the hell. Then there is the capital city of Squale. Oh yeah, so the ruins, the reason why the ruin district stays a ruin district is because whenever the Leviathans migrate, whenever the seasons change from the dead season to the live season, the Festival of Renewal happens. It's what they call it. Essentially, some of the younger members of the Leviathan pack will crash into the city. And usually, or not some, usually it's like one, maybe two. It's a large pack, but most of them are not stupid. But then whenever one of them does crash, they make a whole festival of the thing where they like, the whole town gets together to essentially siege on this extremely sturdy monster. And my players got to participate in that. It was a great time. Yeah, so yeah, and then once the monster, so the festival begins when the monster crashes into the ruin district. And then it really picks up once the monster is dead, because that's when a lot of stalls get like extra food and stuff. That's when the festivities really kick off, is whenever the monster dies, because it's when people start cooking, they start celebrating, etc., whatever the fuck. And the festival takes place during the entire like week, basically. And then that's when the life season, that's how they know like the life season's here, is because the Leviathan has fucking crashed from that direction of the place. So then the entire like ruined district has like really heavy armament. All the broken walls are reinforced, stuff like that. There's like mounted like ballistas and shit. They have prepared equipment that is specifically made to counteract some of the Leviathan's defense mechanisms. Like they emanate electricity, like an electric shock, small amounts of it, but like they can really go crazy with it. They can also cover the entire arena in the equivalent of like smoke. So they've got lanterns that can like dissipate the smoke. They like consume the lanterns in quotes. It's essentially just this thing in a cage that eats the smoke. They've got specialized like shields to help them against the electric shocks. The Leviathan itself, tanky as fuck, hurts like hell, whatever. Once it dies, festivities kick off. It's a great time. And then during the dead season, if you're in the capital city, you can access the depths. You can go really deep to visit ancient ruins and stuff like that. But yeah, and also like that these Leviathans, the reason why the seasons are based around this one specific species of Leviathan is because they're the carnivorous ones, or they're the active hunters. They will eat anything and everything that they can get their hands on that isn't a city. But there's a lot more. Like there's this giant crab which hates ships, and thus ships are not allowed on this planet, not because it's like outlawed or whatever, but because if you're caught sailing, the fucking thing will show up and split your shit in half. It is a giant enemy crab. One of his claws is deformed into just like a hook. There is the Vanguard. So, and of course, I gave all of them a name. I know I have them written down somewhere. I don't remember what I named the sea leviathans, the giant nautilus. They have a name. The crab is a tithe collector. We have got the Vent Garden, stolen straight from Subnautica 2. There is the there's this pistol shrimp. Dude, I made like fucking 8. Hold on, I want to find them. Was I smart and saved them in the place that I have specifically made for D&D shit? Tithe. Yes. Okay, so the crab is a tithe collector. The carnivorous leviathans that hunt everything are the current shifters, because as they travel with so much force that they generate sea currents. There is the ship thrifter. It's based on the octopus that like gets coconut shells, but this one using the remains of ships and like hollowed out shells and mountains and stuff, he'll make armor. There is the thermo annihilator, also known as the Great Eruption. Depends on who you ask. The older folk will call it the Great Eruption. There's this group of scientists that have come together that will power scale these things. Speaking of, there's this group of scientists that have made, like, they're like fucking, like, big ass nerds. They made cards for the Leviathans and they power scaled them. They made a whole card game based around the fucking, like, 6 Leviathans. Anyways, yeah, there's the Thermo Annihilator, also known as the Great Eruption. And that shrimp is the, folklore-wise, is the reason why volcanoes erupt. Anyways, it is a fire shrimp, so whatever. And then the capital city, the reason why the ocean directly around it is like straight open sea is because the city itself sits atop of like the equivalent of like a giant stump. Like a giant stone or a calcified stump. And if you travel down, like directly downward from it, you will see why the area is usually so clear. Welcome back, Magic. I've just been talking about my D&D universe, and that is because the Guardian is the city is placed atop of the Guardian being a giant fucking anemone. And it will fuck your shit if you start messing with the Guardian. But there's like caves and shit within it. There's a whole temple hidden inside of it. But yeah, it like, I love just going into details that my players might not they might not ever encounter the Great Eruption or the Vent Garden. The Vent Garden steals heat, by the way. That's his whole bit, is that he like attaches itself to things and just fucking sucks out heat. Who the fuck is this? Finn has failed as expected. He wasn't going to last too long anyway. He was just mediocre. You should have gone a decent modification surgery or had enough talent to make up for his lack of experience. But he didn't have any of that. He was nothing more than an overconfident brat.
싹싹하고 귀염성 있어서 마음에 들었었는데 아쉽네.
Too bad. I kinda liked his affable and cutesy attitude.
네, 곧 죽을
Though I
녀석이었다는
agree,
것을
he was bound to die
나는
sooner or later.
그래.
Ah, fuck.
그러니까 조심하라고.
Congratulations, by the way. You must have more options now that you're grade 8 fixer. Yep. So you better be careful. If you don't pay me well enough, I might move to another office.
요즘 사무소
Heard that you're
월세는
barely
모르고
covering your own
세금
taxes these
벌기도
days, let
하거든.
alone the monthly rent for this office space, am I wrong?
그래도
I believe the case that had Finn handled could make a breakthrough.
아까 말했던
You mean the
도서관
library and the
구할
invitation you talked about earlier?
그런데
But
어떻게 얻는지도
you said the
모르고
invitation appears randomly, no?
사람 물건을
How are you going to get another one? I wouldn't have called you if I didn't have a certainty. I recently received another invitation. Yeah, I don't know how long ago you said that, but yes, details are always cool and shit like that. Like, the idea of like history keeping and folklore and the way that like people change based on their surroundings, how culture evolves based on what you're like used to encountering. It's so cool. So I before I like realize it, I always just go all in on that. Like port towns or towns that have a lot of tourism and stuff are often entire like melting pots of like yeah, even though there's a water planet, if you happen to be an insane fucking fire genasi, because in my universe the genasis are entirely made up of whatever element they're supposed to represent. So the water ones are water, the fire ones are fire. But if you're an insane fucking fire genasi, we do have an entire like carriage system for you in this port town that's underwater. We'll, you know, there's restaurants, shit like that. You can find hella food. Food in my universe does in fact gives you buffs when prepared properly. And depending on what is in the food, they'll give you different buffs, etc., etc. I have a whole like status condition system because I thought that was kind of cool. Man, I love having free will. You just wake up sometimes and you go, damn, I want to do this. Or I wake up at least and I go, damn, I really want to do this. I just do it. And no one can stop me. It's great. Is that so? The existence of our office depends on this case. The library is sure to be profitable. I have a hunch. So we're giving it everything we have.
그래, 한번
Alright, let's roll some dough.
안 그래도
Fuck.
이번에
Alright.
공방에서 괜찮은 놈을 거금을 들여서 데려왔지.
Aight. That's what's up. Gotta love details. I am the type of player that will ask the DM for like the history of a town. I wanna learn. I wanna immerse myself. That's yeah, I don't know if you were here, but like that's probably why I was having that's fair. Like yeah, everyone's different. Like you maybe like you just like doing interesting mechanics, or maybe you just like sticking to the books or whatever instead of coming up with entire like reasons why civilizations are the way they are. Yeah, that's fair. That can still make a great fucking campaign. I go too much into depth to the point where like a lot of the shit that I come up with and players never encounter anyways. Alright. Let's roll in some dough. I just bought this lovely thing here from a workshop too.
손님들의 각오가
These
대단하네.
guys seem quite determined. We should prepare accordingly.
사무소 단위로
A
이곳으로
whole office is coming at us, huh?
떨거지 사무소.
It may be a small, insignificant one, but it could prove to be a little tough for the library right now.
만약 녀석들이
What if they make it all the way to your room?
손님들은
The guests
준비된
cannot
방
act
이외의
outside of
곳으로
this
갈
space.
수 없어.
We've prepared
그렇게
for
되어
them.
있는 곳이야.
It's how this place
꽤
works.
창대한 힘에서
After all,
비롯된
this
공간이야.
space is created with limitless power.
그런데 넌 신기하게도
Yet you
내가
somehow
있는
jumped
방으로
right
왔지.
into my room
초대마저 받지
when you
않았는데
weren't
말이야.
even invited.
그리고
Anyways, I'm capable of protecting myself, so there's nothing for you to worry about.
환영합니다, 손님.
Greetings, dear guests.
네가 이곳의 주인이.
You must be the owner of this place.
딱히 강해 보이지도 않는 걸.
She doesn't even look that strong. Some present word. Yeah, exactly. Like you probably just use that. If you want to add anything new, you probably just kind of like adapt it or whatever, but it's never anything too major. Which is fine. Again, makes a great campaign, makes a great one shot. The point of the game is to have fun. So like as long as that's happening, doesn't really matter what I'm stretching right now. Doesn't really matter what shape it takes. And this is why I don't have a stretch or rehydrate claim, is because I'm often stretching and drinking water. But I do have a de-stretch and dehydrate. Yeah. I am in fact a VTuber with VTube. Technically a VTuber. Because like, okay, so PNG tuber is the equivalent of like Souls-like. Or not Souls-like, of roguelite. I think, as a game dev, I think that the term roguelite is stupid. It should not exist. They are roguelikes. That is fine. Is an additional one personally? What are we talking about? I don't know what we're talking about anymore. But yeah, I think that roguelite is stupid as a term. Because the only it's like the equivalent of like the 1-star runs from Mario 64 and the 0-star runs from Mario 64. But the difference is even smaller than that. Because the difference between a 1-star run and a 0-star run from Mario 64 is one extremely difficult glitch, and that's fair. What redeems? Oh yeah, the rehydrating shit. That's fair. Yeah. But yeah, like the difference between those two runs is one extremely difficult glitch, but at least that glitch is so fucking hard that it deserves its own category. What's up, Diamond? I'm playing Ruina again. The wheel said we're playing modded. I'm playing Ruina in quotes. This more of like the usual of a yap session with a side of gameplay. I haven't shut up for the last like 30 minutes. But anyways, so yeah, roguelites, stupid. The difference between a roguelite and a roguelike is that in the roguelites, you often have a cross-run progression in some way. Whether it's Hades with stats, or like Rataton with weapons, stuff like that. I don't think that's good enough of a distinction, personally. Because that is the only distinction between the two. Anything else would count as whichever one it is that is like... I think it is. Because like... VTuber, virtual YouTuber, whatever the fuck, the only thing that should matter for that is if you're using an avatar that isn't you, in my opinion. PNG tuber is just your avatar is a PNG, is a 2D image. Not a PNG tuber means that you have tracking to some degree. That's the difference. You can be a PNG tuber because you have a 2D or 3D image or whatever, but there is no tracking, and that still makes you a PNG tuber, even if it is like a full-fledged model. That's why I think that it's a stupid distinction. I, however, will call myself a PNG tuber because I like paper. But yeah, because the distinction is whether it has tracking or not. It's the same way of like how apparently the like when they're doing like Twitch awards or YouTube awards or whatever the fuck, how Burnt Peanut, I think it's what his username is, got VTuber of the year, and people and like he himself doesn't call himself a VTuber, which fair he is one, but to each their own. But people were like, that's stupid because he's not a VTuber, because all he has is just a filter over like his face or whatever. You can still see his eyes and mouth. And I'm like, but 99% of the model is in fact not him. It is an avatar that represents him. He is a VTuber by definition. But whatever. No, yeah, because that's the interesting bit, because I also thought that was a difference, but turns out that's not the difference, because you can be a VTuber, because most VTuber models are 2D. They might look 3D, but they are in fact 2D. And the reason, like a way that you can differentiate them is if the model could be used, if the model file can be directly transferred into like VR chat and have it not look stupid. Because the 2D models are rigged differently than 3D ones. Since the 3D ones are supposed to be a 3D render, they function well in 3D environments and such as VR chat. But the 2D ones, they're supposed to, even if they look like a 3D render, they're supposed to only be viewed in 2D. That's usually why they only move their head instead of the full body. If you also ever notice that. It is very rarely are they tracking anything that isn't the head. But that makes them a 2D model, which again, I thought them bitches were like the difference between PNGs and VTubers was the 2D 3D bit. But apparently, it turns out I was fucking wrong. So here I am. However, the PNG, like from, I don't even know if this is the difference, but from what I've been able to gather via talking to people and seeing what opinions are and such, the difference between PNG tubers and not PNG tubers, and PNG tubers and VTubers is tracking, whether the model has tracking. My model has no tracking, so it's a PNG tuber. I've seen entire like 3D renders of people that have no tracking and they fall under PNG tubers. Is fucking hilarious. The other day, I actually found one. I couldn't stop laughing. I showed it to my friend. I was like, look at this shit. It looks goofy as hell. It's like the model looks like it should be moving because it's like a proper render. But nope. They just fucking bopping up and down whenever they talk. Welcome to Lessons with Turtle or whatever. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about me complaining about the fucking existence of roguelite. Stupid tag. Like, if people want to use it, that's fine. I just think it's a dumb tag because the difference to me is not big enough. Simple as that. That's also why, like, the difference to me for VTubers, not big enough between PNG tubers and VTubers because it's just tracking. But how it goes. I would still call myself a PNG tuber because, I don't know, it feels like a subclass. You know what I'm saying? Like roguelite just feels like a subclass of roguelike and not a full genre. PNG tuber feels like a subclass of VTuber and not like its own thing. But whatever. I could just, you know, be wrong. Back to reading. Finn must have been here earlier. What happened to him? That one has become a book. I see. So you turn into a book if you die here. If you die here.
실패할 것을 알면서 보내는
Acting all sentimental when you were the one who sent him here, knowing he'd fail? Shut up. We all get exploited and abandoned at some point in our lives. May you find your books in this place. Alright. I will be here likely, because I'm streaming for at least another hour and some change. Anyways, how you doing, Diamond? You never answered me. I was ranting over like useless shit. Boredom. Weave. Dumbass. Bonk, bonk. Get staggered. I think Diamond's just gone. I think he just despawned. Max damage. I'll take that. Bonk. Wallop. Let me hold on. Get fucking these DMs out of the way. Oh shit, 2 floors? Or like 2 fights? Alright. Oh, this is that bitch. Okay. Dude, I used to use these cards quite a bit too. The You're Too Slow, Commandeering, and also Time for a Little Test and Feeling Good. Feeling Good was one of the few fragile cards you fucking get in the game. You get like 10. So when I was using the one guy that's like big on fragile, I was using a lot of like Feeling Good and whatnot. Okay, okay. Well up. Hello? Oh. Alright, hold on. Where's the text source? Alright, this fucking... Okay. And I make this smaller. That's probably a good enough size. Put that over my head. Yes! Imagine ending stream. No, yeah, the game crashed. Alright. Good thing that this game saves after every fight. And good thing that I don't have to talk about all the shit I did, because I don't remember half the shit I mentioned I was talking about. Into one of the what? Wait, one of the two what? What are we talking about? Oh, into like BTuber or PNG tuber? That's fair. Clearly, you have a type. Lights on. Don't miss a moment of this experiment. Nope. I'm turning off the music in the game in just 1 second. There. All right. Honestly, Dasha's true. I will say, like, Warframe often has really good tracks, so nothing crazy there, really. Bitch! Lamau. Bitch! Rah. Oh yeah, magic. Actually, you probably don't really care. Now that I think about it, because like I don't know if you would claim to say you watch me. You just kind of drop by sometimes and say hi. Much of like, because like I wouldn't say that I watch Volnix. That's his name, right? I think. But like, you know, if he's live and I'm at my PC, I'll drop by and say hi. Or if I'm like on my phone at work or whatever, if I get a notification, I'll drop by and say hi. But okay, so because like so basically, right? Turtle lore drop. I started streaming because I wanna like advertise the games I make in the future. I don't think I need gut harvesting. I think a dirty blow will just do. Now, the thing is that in this journey of starting streaming because I want to advertise the games I make in the future, there has been a byproduct, which is the so I want to make my channel big because that way it's easy advertising for the games I make in the future. Simple as that. That is my purpose for streaming, is to advertise my games in the future, and then 2, to have fun. Main one, advertising my games. Publicity, am I right? Anyways, because I don't care if I make money from streaming. If I do end up, because I got paid by Twitch like a month ago, and I've been fucking living that high since. But I'm not doing this for the money. Some people do it for the money. I truly don't give a fuck. Which is why I just let my viewers play whatever the fuck they want in the song request. That includes if it's copyright stuff or not, because I just don't care. Because in theory, ideally in the future, I'll just be making the money I need for, like, I'll be making a living off of just the games I make. Anyways, byproduct caused by me starting streaming. Simple. I knew I wanted to be a VTuber, and thus I will eventually be having. Yes, there is. That's true. The games I make could just get fucked. The other thing is, if Twitch is like, this goofy keeps getting copywritten, we have to stop him from streaming. That's the other risk. And how it goes. Like, I'm not letting my viewers, like, say slurs. Big Lamau Diamond. For the record, me and Diamond are friends from school, and we're also both Latinos. And I also know 200% that he is goofing. But anyways, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. Yeah, I don't let my viewers like say slurs and like break Twitch guidelines. And I myself don't try to break Twitch guidelines. Because copywritten music, all that Twitch does is just mute it. It's just how it goes. But like, I'm not gonna watch movies on this platform. I'm not gonna play adult games, etc., etc. Like, I'm not gonna break rules per se. So in theory, my channel should never get doinked. And then, so the byproduct. So I want to be a VTuber. I knew that much. I'm gonna have a model eventually, and like one with actual tracking and stuff. I, however, currently don't have the space for that shit, and so I don't have one. But currently, my goal as far as the streaming skill tree goes is to get big enough to be in the radar of the current like popular VTubers, because my friends watch some of them, and the ones they watch I want to collab with, because that way I can pester my friends while not being there, which to me is funny as fuck. Can you imagine you're watching like a clip on YouTube or something, right? You're just scrolling, cool, whatever. Oh, I know this VTuber. Like, let me see what they're up to or whatever. You click on that bitch, and you hear your friend just like being like, hey yo, homie, fuck you, you're a dumbass. To me, that's peak comedy. And that's my goal. I want to get big enough to do that. I don't care for like popularity. I don't watch any of these people, so I'm not here as like a fan or whatever. I'm a collab because I'm like, my friend watches you. I want to be in one of your streams that they drop by when they, in theory, where they might drop by, so I can be like a dumbass. And that's it. Those are my goals. Ultimate goal: get big so I can do that, so I can pester my friends without being next to them or playing games with them or whatever. Yes, that's the thing. I have to get big enough to be within the same playing field as the big VTubers, as like Fillion and Beetle and Cleo, etc., etc. Yes, because almost all the ones my friends watch are like, they're up there. Actually, I'm curious. Give me like 3 seconds to look. Ooh, what is the smallest one, basically? I think it's this one. Yeah, like I have to reach approximately like in the 60,000 followers range, with like a 1,000 views average type beat. Ish. Because I think that one I checked was a smaller, like one of the smallest ones, and it's like 64,000. Funny as hell. Twitch will pay me, and I'll proceed to do fuck all with that money. But yeah, I have to be like within like the 60,000 follower range and like a couple hundred views per stream. That's like the bare minimum, I figure. Which is fine. Because that just means I get to stream. And streaming is fun. And if I make it there, that's double fine. Because now I really get to just fuck about with my friend. Because I can be like playing, I don't know, I can be playing like I can have Cleo Ita. Cleo, I don't know how to like say her username. I just call her Cleo. I can have like Cleo like teaching me Civ 6 or some shit. Civ fucking 20 by the time I get there. And like my friend can be like, I don't know, he'll pop up or whatever, and I'll see him pop up. I'm gonna be like, hey, dumbass, get back to work. Or just something like that. Like, that just sounds like a fun time to me. But again, that's 60,000 followers. I mean, given that I haven't reached 100 followers, but I'm at 95 followers, and this is a little over a year since I started streaming, but under a year since I started streaming, if that makes sense. Because I started like November-ish last year, but because the busy season started at work, which is what's happening right now as well, I essentially took a break of like a month and some change. So I started back up in like January. So I think I'm doing pretty great. I can't think of many other people that have gone here in this amount of time. Sure, there's some, don't get me wrong, some people are just like that. But I can't think of many others. Usually it takes like a year before you really start getting any amount of traction. I got my traction fairly quickly. I've had consistent viewers for a while now. I appreciate you, Dashes. Alan's not here. Appreciate him too. Hermit's not here. I appreciate him too. Jade hasn't dropped by in a while. There's also Charlotte that drops by every once in a while. There's Mamo that drops by every once in a while. I've got consistent viewership, which is better than I fucking expected. I can tell you that much right now. I wasn't ready to get paid by Twitch within less than a year of me getting affiliate. I did not think that was gonna happen. The answer is yes. It is whatever comes to mind. Like currently, me and the different viewer, Lunite, are collaborating to make a game eventually. We're gonna actually start deving it sometime late January next year. Because she needs a programmer and I am a programmer. And I need an artist and she's an artist. So bada bim bada boom. But yeah, I'm gonna be streaming myself making this game whenever I start it. Like I'm gonna be like, oh fucking, it's like Thursday coding stream or whatever the fuck, you know. So that's a card game. Then there is a first-person 3D platformer with the base of Ultra Kill, but heavily focused on melee weapon usage and how the weapons interact with the world. With a friend of mine, there's gonna be a minigame based game in the same way of like it's like Fall Guys, but instead of it being like Fall Guys, it's close to like Mario Party. That I'm making with that same friend. Then I also want to make a Metroidvania style game for myself that just looks like it. The concept was kind of cool. There is, hold on, I did not mean to skip the dialogue. In my Discord, in my server, I have a hidden category that just has a bunch of games that I plan on making. Armored Doom, kids, time travel. Oh, I want to make a true roguelike type game. It'll probably end up being a roguelike eventually, or anyways, where the concept is that you are a mimic that takes over weapons, and each class in quotes is a weapon. But the main gameplay loop will be swapping classes mid-run to some degree. Because like if your current weapon you're taking over breaks, then you'll need to get a new one. And that's just how that game's gonna work. It's gonna have movement in the style of I am bread, and then swapping over to like okay movement. What else? Yeah, there's a couple of games in the oven. None of them are anywhere near done enough to even have like the equivalent of an alpha that I can have people test. I do plan on having some of my server members for Discord test them, if they're so willing. I know I can for sure get my friends to also test the games. Yeah, like some of the concepts sound like a really fun time, which is why I want to do it. Like the I Am Dagger, the one that you like, it's roguelike. Each weapon has abilities, and each weapon has their own strengths and weaknesses. Me and my friend, because it's between me and like two other friends that we were coming up with this. We wanted every class to feel unique from each other, have their own version of like a resource that they might have to manage or whatever. They all have a movement skill of some sort that all works differently, and they all have got like passives and stuff. There is the Metroidvania, which has to deal with time travel, where the plot, like the main plot in quotes, is you have to go to multiple major conflicts across history and get some sort of artifact from there, and that artifact would be the equipment that you get. And it's a Metroidvania. It turns out, after Silksong came out, me and my friends ended up conceptualizing Silksong to a very like close degree without it actually being Silksong, and then Silksong came out like 4 years later. So that's that, because it was supposed to be like a combo based, like heavy on the gadgetry, like you choose you choose a certain amount of relics to bring with you, and then each of them will interact with each other in some way, and you have to like do like movement and shit. It was gonna be 2D and whatnot. The main character, the one thing I'm super proud of actually of that concept is the main character. You can choose between a dude or a chick. The dude uses cards as his main combat thing, where like he does like tricks with them to like, not like as a ranged weapon, but as like a melee, similar to like how the wuxia Chinese like fantasy martial arts use like the fans, like the bladed fans. You use the cards like that, and the chick will have a bladed dress instead, so she dances. And that was it. Like it just sounded cool, and I'm gonna do that. Most of my friends have dropped that one. We have not talked about it in fucking ages, but I remember most of it because it is something that I hold dear to my heart. Making games is something I've wanted to do since I've been since like the dawn of reality. Ads have started. I don't know if you can hear me anymore, Magic. I'll wait for a response. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. He cannot hear me. I'm gonna drink some water. How you doing, Dashes? I don't know if I asked you, but how you doing, Dashes? Where's my water bottle, dog? What the fuck did I do with it? I'm thirsty. Oh, there it is. Is there any questions, Dashes, that you may have that'll answer to the best of my capability with complete honesty, so long as I'm fine answering that question? The reason why I word it that way is because I will not tell you where I live, nor what my like social security number is and stuff like that. Okay. And we're back. Anyways, the one that has multiple mini games in the same way as like Mario Party is me and my friend my friend brought up the idea to me, and I've added a lot of extra things to it. We essentially wanted to like make a game that was entirely based upon like playground games that me and my friend played as like back when we were younger. Things like the different versions of tags, things like groundies, stuff like that, hide and seek, etc., etc. It's just shit you play in the playground with the homies. And we have like a lot of the concepts done as to like how the game's gonna look, the lore in quotes. I don't know how much of what I said just now, because I started speaking basically as soon as the ads ended, but I don't know if they ended for you now. Think about it, because I do think that sometimes the ads go on for like 2 or 3 extra seconds, which is omega cringe. But anyways, that's the point. But yeah, entirely based around like, dang. All right, cool. It's the one that has multiple mini games. Me and my friend wanted to make a game that is based entirely upon playground games that we played as when we were younger. Special technique to watch both at once. Special technique? Interesting. Oh, that's weird. Can you imagine Twitch just like fixed it? This is just the first time you're like running into it. But yeah, like groundies, the different versions of tag. Hide and seek, stuff like that. Like one of them is I was trying to remember like what the fuck I was saying. One of them my friend calls banana tag, which is essentially it's a free for all where everyone is it, and then whenever you tag someone, they sit down, and it's just last man standing. It's King of the Hill type beat. And that's just how it works in real life. And whenever if whoever tagged you gets tagged, then everyone that the person that got tagged. So if person A tags 10 people and person B tags person A then sits down and the 10 people stand up and they're back in the game. So banana tag, you're supposed to be the one to tag everyone. And for that game mode, just to give you a sneak peek for that specific game mode, because all of them are going to have different mechanics and stuff. For that one, it is a feast and famine type game where the more people you tag, the faster your move speed. And then whenever you tag someone, you'll gain a dash charge that lets you like do like a sprint burst type beat. What? Oh, what's up, Charlotte? I was actually talking about you not that long ago. This is modded Runa. Actually, no. We've been on Runa, bro. And I haven't finished Runa yet. What are you talking about? Of course we're in Runa. It's Runa Wednesday. Did you forget about this? Yeah. No. We're in a... shit, where are we right now? We like just dealt with June office. With John office or whatever. We're like 3 fights in. Dude, this game's sick. This Roland guy, he's like out here being a grade 9 fixer and shit. I don't even know what that means. Yeah. And then like, no, I'm not lying. Look at this goofy, he thinks I'm lying. Ain't no way. Yeah, John or Yoon, whatever the fuck. I just beat him. Wait, did it not work? That should have worked. Hold on. I know I have a Discord server and the Discord command is there. Why did it not work when you typed it? Well, there you go. It should have worked when you typed it. I'm surprised it didn't. When you join, you will see that it is like, it's not a Discord. It'll be that way until I give you a role. I'll be watching out for when you join because I have it so like it sends me notifications for this shit and whatnot. I think actually, where's it? Yes. But yeah, I have it set up that way in the case of like bots and this. Yeah, like if you look at it now. It's like 7 channels worth of just nothing. They're called bot bait. I think I called them all nerd. Yeah, and then one of them's give me a sec. Let me find you real quick. Is this based on? And boom. Boom. You should be able to see the... I could, but I'm lazy. That's why I haven't. Simple as that, really. I could set up a verification channel where, like, you just, like, click, like, you, like, react to, like, a message, or you just do, like, a verification via a bot or whatever. I, however, am so lazy, I just copy-pasted 7 channels, basically, call it good. My laziness does, in fact, know no bounds. I have straight up not played games, so I was like, damn, setting this up, I just don't want to do that shit right now. Anyways, so yeah, to the banana tag, it is a PvP-based game mode. You start with a dash. The dash gives you an extra burst of speed, but if you dash at someone who tags you while you're dashing, you will dodge them and like travel through them basically. If you dash at someone who also dashes at you, you will instead bounce off of each other and head in opposite directions. Now, when you tag someone and they also tag you, a duel is initiated in which the 2 players will then lock off. That's like a very small part of the field right there. In universe, because you're just a bunch of kids fucking about basically. In universe, every child that is participating in the banana tag just will respect the 1v1. And that's why they don't get close to interrupt it. The 1v1 happens, and it is a rhythm game that starts pretty fast. Whoever misses whoever misses a beat will get tagged. But if neither player misses a beat for like 4 beats or something, again, it's a fast rhythm game, then it's a mash battle. Whoever mashes fastest wins. Simple as that. And then the animation, because the game is supposed to be just very over the top, because like 90% of the graphics are supposed to essentially show like the imagination of what these kids are seeing, how they're pretending that these games are like things like laser tag or whatever. It'll look like very sci-fi with like weapons that actually shoot stuff or whatnot, etc., etc. So for this one, it's like an anime battle where you both try like tagging each other. So like you go to for like a tag and then they press a button right or whatever. Oh, it's jittery? Ah, hell yeah. You know? I couldn't tell you because again, like my Wi-Fi has been in fact goofy recently. But anyways, it's like you go in for a tag and they press a button so they block it. And they go in for a tag and you press a button so you block it. And this just goes back and forth twice. Again, very fast rhythm game, is very high, like fast paced. And afterwards is this like anime moments when there's just like the Gatling punches basically. Yeah, but Charlotte's goofy. I don't know if they would complain, I'll be honest. But yeah, the like machine gun punches basically, but you're just trying to tag each other. Anime as fuck. Why? Just cuz. But yeah, and that's just one of like the 4 or 5 game modes. I called you goofy. What are you gonna do about it, Charlotte, huh? That's what I thought. Fuck out of here. Anyways, is Dream jittery for you too? Is it hitting with that stance? Is it giving me the No, not the vine booms. No, not the vine booms. I have to like figure out how to do the cooldown. Holy shit, there's like fucking a billion of them. But yeah, I plan doing demos for all the games. I plan on doing alphas. You guys in the server can test. I will upload the files directly to the server or to like itch.io or something for the playtest, or like do it in like through Steam or whatever the fuck. You know what's funny, Charlotte? I know there's a way. I know there's a way that I can give you guys points, but I never figured it out. I shouldn't do it because I could introduce gambling to my chat. But anyways, like the alphas that I want you guys to test or whatever. Oh, there isn't? Fuck. Alright. How it goes. Only gambling. Damn. Oh, okay. So using gambling. Nep. You are new. It is modded Runa. It is modded Runa. Hold on. Welcome in. I don't recognize your name, so I'm gonna assume you're new. Nep. Before I get into I couldn't fucking tell you what mods I've got on, I'm gonna be honest. Man, the 2 participants can gamble all they want. I'm gonna finish because I don't know what the full mod list is, because this is it's one that the viewer sent me because it's supposed to be a challenge run. It's got I know there's emotion fix. I know that there is the magic. I'm always getting sidetracked. You can go side questing for all I care. I'll be here looking at these plans. But yeah, I know there's a motion fix. I know that there is the one that makes it so the enemies get abno pages. And I know that there is the one that I get no abno pages. I don't remember what that shit's called. Listen, it's the one that Hermit gave me. That's all I'm saying. So you already know it's fucked. You already know I'm about to get bent over as soon as I hit like Tom Airy or something. I mean, of course I don't know Tom Airy, Charlotte. This is I've never played this game before, you know. I just know it's a silly little deck builder in a grimdark universe. Should be playing less easy Ruina instead. SMH. Also, Nep Nep. 2 questions. One pertains to the other. Hyperdimensional Neptunia. Is that the name? Cool. Noble, aka Lost Paws. Do you know the guy? As in, like, have you encountered his videos and the such? Alright, cool. That's all. Thank you for answering my questions. I was just curious, because the only...
This whole thing is a setup! This is all part of Nier's plan to frame me!
It is not a sham. Fuck you, Charlotte. The only person I have ever heard call hyperdimensional Neptunia Nep Nep and not Neptunia is Lost Paws, aka Noble. So I was just curious. Anyhow, back to also that's what's up, Magic. Again, the games I make, the goal is to get the people that play them to enjoy them. That is it. If you find it fun, anyhow, if you find them fun, do feel free to share them about. If you don't like them, how it goes. Simple as that. I do the shit I do because I find joy in doing it. Yep, I can speak. Wow. I have been in this same cutscene for like an hour now, by the way. It's just been non-stop. If you called yourself a ranter, Magic, by the way, I haven't progressed from this one scene in like the last hour. Because I have gone from talking about the shit I've made for D&D for my players to enjoy to fucking how stupid roguelite as a genre title is. It should just be considered roguelike. Roguelite should not exist. Fucking talking about games, talking about lore, talking about whatever else the fuck. I've been through 2 lines of this post-battle dialogue. And I didn't even read the first one because I forgot to. Anyways, excellent. This guest named Yoon can make an especially valuable book for us. They're all like moths diving to flames. That Yoon guy seemed like a clever sort, but even he ended up blindly jumping into the fire to get what he wanted. Once you've had a taste of desire, it comes in like an unstoppable wave. It's a quote I heard a long time ago. But is that desire true to one's heart? Well, aren't you funny? You said you despise roundabout speech, and now you're being all poetic. 10 out of 10 deliveries. 10 out of 10 delivery. A certain librarian I know would have taken an arm and a leg off if she heard that. Get back to sorting books. Bow, bow, bow. Oh, fuck. Oh, Malkuth! I must know. I have a friend who does a lot of homebrew for different TTRPG. Lancer? Oh, hell yeah. Lancer mentioned. Dude. Channels I watched this year. You see, Magic. I would probably be very comparable to you if I started rating people sooner. Because Lancer is a tabletop RPG based around mechs. Imagine Titanfall, but a tabletop version. I've wanted to play it since I fucking heard of it, haven't found a party, and I'm so sad. But it's because, so when I first started streaming, I was very much just like doing my own bit or whatever the hell. And then Alan found me. I think it was around the time I started Ruina. So it was post Jade who found me via 9 Souls. And then Alan introduced me to Katsuna. We're now like pretty alright friends. And then like post that, I've been on the like reaching out grind basically, where so I am naturally an extremely shy person. I get stressed out by just talking in like someone else's chat that has like 3 people talking in it. I don't participate in others' Discords for this same reason. It just stresses me the fuck out. And I don't know why. It's just online shit. I've never heard of Vincent, no. Viacen. Never heard of it. Also, that's unfortunate. No playgroup for Lancer. No, yeah, but like, cause I am active in quotes in my own Discord. I am active in quotes in my friend's Discord, the one that's just for the homies. But other streamer Discords, other personal Discords for people I don't know very well, I don't exist in. I am there as a decoration. And I read a lot of messages. I just don't respond to them unless I feel like I can provide good information, you know what I'm saying? It's because it stresses me out talking whenever there's like people around. So yeah, I'm naturally a very shy person. However, because I did promise you guys, my viewers, that hold on. I did promise you guys, my viewers, that if you guys brought me any streamers, that I would reach out. Look at you don't, Charlotte. I've seen, okay, at least in my Discord, you talk like that's just the homies, which is perfect because the vibe of my streams have been compared to a Discord voice call before, which is fucking peak. My server, I'm trying to go for the same vibe, which is just here's a group of goofballs, and we will interact with each other as a group of goofballs would. Anyways, so I did promise my viewers that if they brought me any streamers, I would try to Gartic is with a T, not with an L. I would reach out and see if I would collab with them or whatever the hell. And so then when I said that, Alan brought me Katsuna. He's also brought me Sir Yes, and then Yuri and Floea. I think it's just those 4. And then from Hermit's side, it's Bubblegum Boba, which I have not interacted with much at all. There is Crystal Aether, which is a new addition to the lineup. But I did ask Alan to just seize for a bit because he was he brought me 2 people in the span of like 3 months and I fucking panicked. Honestly, I can respect the fuck out of that, Charlotte. Fair enough, you keep at it. Take a look at Vice. Okay. I will keep that in mind because there's a couple tabletops I have to look into because they just sound cool. But yeah, so I asked Alan to like seize for a minute because it was stressing me out having to deal with new people that I barely know. And then that's also why I go like off, like on and off. Nordic mythology. Oh. Look into Kane. All right. Did you? I don't remember, Charlotte. I don't remember you bringing up anyone. Interesting. Oh, that's funky. Oh, combat must be a fucking trip and a half if you're dealing with the magical bits. I don't remember you bringing up no Drago nothing. I'm gonna be honest. This is the first time looking at that name. I know that Mop. Oh yeah, I forgot about Mop. I know that Mop. That makes sense. Yeah, because the monsters seem to be like more magical based, given that only the people affected by the monsters can see them. So it makes sense that you have to like do steps to these things. Anyway, so do you remember when I told you that it's been like an hour since I've been in like this cutscene sequence, basically? This is why. Because I don't shut the fuck up. You know what's funny, Charlotte? I'm a lot of people's top 2 streamers, turns out. Mop, not Mop, Mama, I'm his top two. Like, yeah, I'm like the second from the top. I'm the second from the top. I'm saving my points for C's, I swear to God. Yeah, okay, Sorta, there's a lot of funky abilities. Like, one of them, you can choose from a list of words in a specific area. XR is Y. Okay. Oh. Oh. Do you not have a Twitch Wrapped? Or a recap? It's called Twitch Recap. Do I hear JJK? Because you can see who it is in your Twitch Recap. I think mine was Yuri, but that's because she is always streaming, and then anyone that anyone that I would consider a friendly, so the spot between below friend but above acquaintance, I usually lurk in the streams whenever I can. In the big 2025. I wonder who could possibly be my top streamer. Is it Volnix? Is it me? I don't know. Am I supposed to know? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that you be yeah. I forgot that you be just yapping. That makes sense. Bars. What were we talking about a second ago? Oh yeah. So whenever I am traversing YouTube Shorts out of boredom, if I encounter a short of a small VTuber or whatever, someone that doesn't have that many subscribers, I'll check them out on Twitch. If they don't have that many followers, I'll reach out eventually. I've got a list of like 8 motherfuckers I still have to talk to, and it grows. Hell yeah. No! I can't do the scream unless it happens naturally. And it's really weird because like I do the scream consistently, naturally. But if I force it, it doesn't fucking happen. But yeah. Like so let's see. People that I still have to reach out to. There is Mary Fortune, there is Sluxy, there is Fawny, motherfucking Jenny, motherfucking missing one, Callisto. My vocal cords are either fine-tuned or too shit, or I'm frog. Kinda. I don't know. That's what's up. That's what's up. I found Volnix because I was streaming Voices of the Void, and no one I followed at the time was live, and none of my viewers had any suggestions to who to raid. So I was like, here is one of them, Cat Slug. And now he's there. I'm going back the entire conversation to see. Yeah, so yeah. I gotta tell you. So I've successfully reached out to Crystal Aether, who I call Dasani. Successfully reached out to Dark Lunar Lotus, who I call Coin. Successfully reached out to fuck. I just remember her by the Sybil, who I call Zero. Bars. That's funny. Hell yeah, Magic. Also, Dasani as in the water, yes, but non-derogatory. So yeah, so there's those 3. I've successfully reached out to those 3. I've played games with Sybil. I've played games with Frog Charm, which is one that Hermit, and then the Scratch Bag, which is one via Frog Charm. I also don't browse for streamers. The only times I browse in quotes is because I don't know who to raid, and I'm like, fuck it, time to randomize this bitch. Oh yeah, Nap. I'll get into the D&D bit in a second here. Yeah, exactly. I don't watch streamers. A lot of the ones I know are usually because they're connected to someone else I know, such as a viewer telling me to raid someone, or them raiding someone, etc., etc. You gotta play. I'll play in a second. Sure, I'm only streaming for like 30 more minutes, but that's besides the point. If I make no progress, then so be it. This is normal, Charlotte. You should know this. You get me yapping, I don't shut the fuck up. And that's why I've got like 4 different versions of streamer cease the yapping. It's a very important conversation. For sure. It's totally a conversation we cannot have at any given other point. Oh yeah, wait. Magic, how are you doing? I'll remember asking you this. Charlotte, how are you doing? Where's the start yapping redeem? You see, much like the reason why I don't have a hydrate nor a stretch redeem, I'm always yapping. So yeah, Magic, how are you doing? Charlotte, how are you doing? Nep Nep, if you're still there and have not gotten bored by me fucking ceaselessly yapping, how are you doing, my guy? Or gal? I don't know you. I did ask? Alright, that's what's up. I think Nep Nep has despawned. Hopefully they're still here because I'm about to get into D&D things that I made. That's a sub. That's a sub. Hell yeah. That reminds me of a certain Dashis who is in chat. But funny thing about Dashis is, well, you're welcome to drop by anytime, Magic, because I will converse with you. As you can, I haven't fucking touched the screen. Anyways, fair, honestly valid, very valid. Dashis, I know he's here somewhere. He's probably doing chores or something because he usually has me in the background. But he, the resident Australian, his sleep schedule was so fucked that he would be here when I start streams. You will. I can reach to my screen. Look, you see my hand? I'm touching your keyboard. Fuck you. His sleep schedule is so fucked that he was actually awake by the time I started streaming, which is like 4 a.m. for him or some shit. And he would stay through the entire stream and then fall asleep right after, basically. But Dash's sleep schedule got so fucked it fixed itself. I don't know, the Viridian? Oh, I'm banishing you to the Viridian Forest in Pokemon Yellow. Suffer. But yeah, his sleep schedule is so fucked that it fixed itself. He now wakes up at reasonable times. That's what's up, Nep Nep. You and me both, buddy. I'm blanking out. But yeah. Nep Nep, if you want to drop by, because again, like I will be ending in approximately 25 minutes. If you want to drop by again, I'm live most, oh hell yeah, I appreciate that. That's what's up. I'm far away from 100 now. Hey. As a friend of mine would say, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, if you want to drop by again sometime, I stream most of the weekdays. Weekends I often don't. Tuesdays I also don't. No la cuatro. No la cuatro. Todavía tiene media hora. But yeah, but like Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays I'm often streaming. Tuesdays I don't because I would like to have a day in which my siblings aren't here and I get to spend just goofing off gaming on my own. Because again, I'm a naturally shy person. I need to be on my own sometimes to not implode. Under cola. Alan probably is awake. He's just busy. Because remember, he's in school right now, so he doesn't really have time for like streams and shit. Yeah. Come on now. Shirley, I know you forget your homie like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. You should go sleep, Charlotte. That's what you should do. If any of you got shit tomorrow that you gotta wake up early for and it's late, snooze right now. This is a threat. I will show up at your door and I'll show you why they call me Dayquil and Nyquil. Yeah. That's a reference I'm not expecting any of you to get. But you have a class. Goofy. Stay up till you need to do it and fall asleep immediately after. Yeah. Bruh, okay, hold on. Don't be awake for 24 hours. Don't be like me. It's simple. You can be awake for fucking 23. I don't give a damn. 24? Bruh. That's important, Charlotte. That's important shit. If this shit you gotta do is important, go fucking sleep, my guy. You wanna be lucid and awake. Bro, what? Bro, looking at. What? Huh? You're the occasional exception. Valid. Mine is not normal at all. I sleep like 4 hours daily, maybe. I've been sleeping more since my work schedule changed. Oh, holy shit. Another new person. What is up, Baral the Claw? I will not be modifying. I will not stop the modifying the library. Fuck the city. They killed Angelica or whatever her name was. What else? Actually, no, wait a minute. Because Angela's the reason why distortion started happening. Because of Lopcore. The more I modify the library, what's a Xena? No, I was thinking of Roland's wife. Oh yeah, you haven't gone that far, but you don't mind spoilers. Roland's now deceased wife. Her name's Angelica. Yes, that's my name. What is up? Also, how you doing, Burl the Claw? Yeah, I know that's why I said hold on, and I like rewound basically. Is because the pianist killed Angelica, and Angela is the cause for the pianist existing. Thus, Angela is the reason why Angelica is dead. That's funny. You know what? I respect that. I can't do that. If it's of a game I like, that shit is staying in my head. I can tell you how to beat almost every Zelda game that I've played from memory, from the top to bottom. I can't 100% them off memory. I don't know where most of the heart pieces are in Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time. I don't know where every Golden Skull Chill is in Ocarina of Time, but I can probably get like 70. How interesting. Wow. Anyways, so yeah, my streams is like 80% this. The only time that I'm not talking is if chat's not talking, in which case I'm talking to myself. And there's not much conversation going on. It's just me usually going like, interesting. Oh, you know, etc., 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 etc. Damn. You see, I used to do that, but then like at some point I just realized that like it's more funny if I just stop, like if I just let my mind like just flow out of my mouth. So I often just like make noises. like if I get hurt or if I panic or whatever, I will just hit him with a or some variation thereof. I like doing voices. I read. If the line doesn't have an English voice attached to it, then I'll read it. If it does have an English voice, I'll just let it play. Call it good. Like an Octopath, whenever the major cutscenes are happening, they're usually like they have voice actors voicing them. So I just leave them to that. As soon as they don't, then I do the talking. Oh yeah, Nep. Before I forget again, D&D tabletop shit, right? I've come up with a lot of bullshit for D&D because I like customizing everything I do to the players that are playing the game, which are normally my friends. I refuse to GM for a group of people I barely know because I will panic. Purities. Most of the time, we sit twiddling our thumbs. Well, I don't because of the claw. It makes the twiddling a bit hard. The Baral, that message, I read it out of why? Give me a good reason, I'll do it. I already have 2 consistent vendors. One of them sells whatever vehicle the campaign has, but the mimic versions of the vehicle parts. Things like if it's a carriage, it's like wheels and storages and crates and all this other shit. If it's a spaceship, it's like guns and what. I will sell explosives. And the other one's this old retired adventurer, level 20 wizard, who has the reason why he retired is because he's got dementia and he forgets the chance for his spells. And he sells just magic items. Almost just cursed items. Who the fuck is Baral? Baral's in this game? Is Baral in Ruina? Huh? I was moving. You guys heard all of that, I'm pretty sure. Stick with Dynamo, I'll be like 2 eyes and 5 teeth. Jesus fuck. But yeah, the old guy sells almost strictly just cursed items or useless magic items, but he sells magic items. Sometimes you can get some really good ones. There is a Pokeball in there. Here's a student who gets this used a bow. Damn. A crossbow. Damn. Dude, I was sold until you said crossbow. SMH, bad character. Oh yeah, anyways, shit that I come up with for D&D. Right. So, the reason why the D&D bit came up was because... Just make me a flesh ball with multiple eyes and teeth and just... Oh, I can do that. I can do that. It's because, so... Background information. Important. Before I end stream, I will get past this cutscene. Because this is Malkuth being introduced, I do believe. Anyways, so... Important information. I've been playing Zelda 1. Because Zelda is my favorite series of all time. I adore the games. And I wanted to do a Zeldathon starting around my birthday. So I started the day after my birthday. And I'm playing all the games, all the mainline games, in release order. I'm in Zelda 1 right now. I've never played Zelda 1 before. The first stream I did it, I noticed that the minimap was shit because it barely qualifies as a minimap. And version of creative writing. Damn. He is not getting past this cutscene. Why is he lying? You see, Charlotte, I'll turn off ads and extend the stream until I'm done with the cutscene. Simple as that. So I will get past this cutscene. Fuck you, I'm not lying. So start of stream 2 for Zelda, I was actually drawing the minimap. I was physically mapping out the rooms that I went into, including the item, like the spleen on fire. See, I was secretly set to make sure you don't get past this cutscene. Damn, they found me again. More streams and thus earn more Twitch money. Or no, it does earn Twitch more money. Or whatever. Magic is evil. True. I do agree with the fa. Anyways, so I started physically mapping out every single room that I stepped into, including I'm eventually gonna color code it into the biomes. I'm gonna split up the biomes myself. I'm gonna overlay the biomes over the minimap that I'm making. Like example, like the mountains are gonna be like orange or whatever. No, the desert's gonna be like orange, and the mountains are gonna be red, or whatever. Use the hammer. Brutal. Look at this. Charlotte doesn't believe. Charlotte has no whimsy in her life. I bet your ass is flat too, Charlotte. No whimsy, have an ass. Blanking out. Hold on. So I've been drawing the map. And that stream, that was peak fun. I love Zelda. It's a new game, so I was enjoying thoroughly that. Don't spoil shit to me, because I will remember it and I will get salty. Very salty. Damn, so you're 2D. You strictly exist in the X and Y axis. That's crazy. I feel bad for you, Charlotte. Anyways. Blanking out. Yeah, so it's a new game, so I was thoroughly enjoying that. I'm finding shit out, I'm testing shit, I'm having so much fun. I've got the heart of a scientist. No, no. Oh. Charlotte was responding, "That's it," to me calling her a piece of paper. And then did the strong enemy appears redeem. Predicted, bitch. I can see into several timelines. Anyways, so I was thoroughly enjoying myself. The most fun I've had playing a Zelda game was it was 3 hours of map drawing, by the way. I found Dungeon 3 thoroughly enjoyable, whatever the fuck. And then at some point, that led into me talking about how in fantasy settings, I love the concept of like history keeping and mythology and stuff like that, because it's so cool how like cultures change based on their circumstances and what's happening around them. How different like tribes will worship different gods in different ways and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's so sick. How culture evolves based on whether you're in the plains, surrounded by like grass and like animals and shit, versus like in Antarctica, etc., etc. The shit that comes out from that. I just love all of it in concept. It's so cool, like just reading history and learning about the past. And my love for stuff like that, that's sick. That's fucking sick. Insane. Hell yeah. And then because of my adoration for stuff like that, it translates to the shit I make in D&D, where normally whenever I make something, I often make, like, I stumble upon just having hella lore for a lot of the things. And other than I have made mechanics for D&D before, things like their status conditions and how they function. My players are doing a space-based campaign at the moment with space-based campaign with like planetary travel and stuff like that, and like the status conditions can affect ships because of how ships are made, and they affect ships in a different way than they affect people, etc., etc., etc. But things that I've come up with that I'm like really proud of was my players visited a planet that is underwater, and example, the planetary ports of the planet are essentially just in one half of the planet because the other one just has too much obstruction going on. You can land a spaceship, but you can't do it safely consistently. So they opted to have the ports on the side that is consistently safe. However, this makes it so now the seasons for this planet are dictated by this giant pack of sea leviathans that they're just hungry. They just kill shit. They just hunt and like eat. That's their whole bit. And whenever the leviathans migrate to the half of the planet where a lot of the port cities are, that is called the dead season, because trade almost entirely stops within the planet because it becomes very dangerous to now travel between cities. Because, you know, there's a giant pack of fucking massive nautilus that will eat the first moving thing they see. And during that season, it's just very quiet, nothing's really happening, etc., etc., etc. Then they migrate twice a year. So there's 2 seasons. So like twice a year, like they migrate once a year. Essentially, winter, like fall and winter, Magitech Warforged? That is a whole gimmick from an old D&D character. I was just playing Sorcerer Warforged was running a runic robot. I've definitely done stuff like that, or at least thought about doing stuff like that. I will tell you all about my favorite character that I worked with a DM of mine with, called Argiro's Goldshaft. He was a homebrewed class inventor. It's one that I found. Honestly, sick ass class. Is essentially an artificer, but like revamped. And then he is a steampunk based Warforged, and it's got so much shit to it. I'll get to that in a second because I love talking about the shit that I've been able to come up with. Back to the underwater people. So the Leviathans, essentially during fall and winter, they migrate to the half that has all the ports, and then spring and summer they reside in the opposite side where they're nesting, and that's like their like breeding season and all that for those fuckers. They get food in one half and then fuck off for the other half of the year. That's a human jungle while playing on a Yes, no, that I already have plans for something like that. They just haven't been there yet. Simple as that. Because they've got options. Every system that they go to, I describe what the planets look like from the outside, and then once they land, I come up with whatever the fuck it is. Currently, they're in a desert planet, and that one's got hella shit. But anyways, back to the water planet. So, seasons are the dead season is the half of the year where the giant sea leviathans, the nautilus, the current shifters, as the people call them. Clearly, she should just add the city. You're so right. Honestly, I also know exactly where to add the city too, because there's this planet that it's a whole thing. Turns out, before I knew what the warp was before I knew what 40K was, I made the warp. And my friend brought it up, and I was like, God fucking damn it, there is no unique like ideas in this universe. The last unique idea was had when the fucking phone was invented. There's a maze dungeon. There's a dungeon planet. Anyways. And then when the seasons change from the dead season to the live season specifically, when the Leviathans are traveling from half of the planet to the other half of the planet, where there's like not much going on, on a specific day that is dictated by whenever one of the Leviathans crashes into the capital city, because for some reason it's always 1 to 2, never 0, never 3 or more. And that's when the Festival of Renewal happens. That is when officially the live season starts. And the Festival of Renewal initiates as soon as they crash. Then the entire capital city, which is the capital city, resides, I believe, within the Twilight Zone. It's not pitch black. It's not the Abyss, but it's light doesn't really get there all that easily. Anyways, it's essentially like the dead center of the planet type beat. The Festival Renewal initiates whenever a Leviathan crashes into the ruined district of the town where all the armaments are. Why do they crash there? As the DM, I couldn't fucking tell you. If my players ask, I'll find out. That's the best I got for you. And then the entire town gets together to bring down this powerful beast. They've got specialized equipment for this that they hand out because it is expected to be like everyone's expected to participate because it is supposed to be a fun time. As soon as the beast is felled, as soon as the Leviathan breathes its last breath, the festivities start. People start cooking. People start it's celebrations are happening. People are cheering. Food gets I have no clue what the fuck a U Corp is, by the way. All right, I'll trust you. Good enough for me. But yeah, so yeah, and that's when the Festival Renewal really kicks off, and the festival takes place across like a week, essentially. You're correct. I have never once opened Limbus Company in my life. It's in the wheel because most days I spin a wheel to see what game I play, and each day gets its own separate wheel with different games on it. Limbus Company, I believe, is currently in the Monday wheel, which I haven't spun in like 2 weeks. Thousands of miles of bigger creatures and numbers of there's a fun you can't fly over because you'll either get lost in the fog or dragged into it. Very unoriginal. Again, no original ideas have been had since fucking like sliced bread. Simple as that. So someone has made that for sure, even if you think no one has. Oh yeah, and obviously, those are not the only leviathans within the planet. There is a culture about warning people to pay a tithe to the ocean. Without the deck building. Lamau? Whenever they travel for safe travels to pay a tithe to the ocean, just drop a coin, just a singular gold coin to the depths. That doesn't do anything. However, the reason why it exists is because when people had like sailing ships and also like ships that could go underwater and stuff like that, those ships will always get sunk by a giant crab. And they thought it was because those ships weren't paying the tithe that the culture had around that time. Because the people that would survive those journeys always would say that they paid the tithe. But you can't, get any amount of information off a dead person that's currently sunken at the bottom of the ocean. Anyways. What people? People where? What people? What people are we talking about? But anyways, so then of course the people of this planet have names for all the planet. I mean, it's just D&D, so fucking whatever. It's mostly like people like Tritons or different beast folk of like fish people, and they'll depending on like what tribe it is, they'll have different color scales, they'll have different heights, different battle tendencies as far as like maybe these guys like tridents, maybe these guys like swords, etc., etc. I don't know what the fuck a simic hybrid is. I probably do, I just don't recognize it. Like I probably know it as something else. Anyways, the people have, so there's a bunch of different leviathans. They all have the different roles or whatever. The current shifters are the giant nautilus that are extremely aggressive. They hunt and shit. The tithe collector is the crab. It got its name because people believe that the crab sinks ships that didn't pay the tithe. You should always look up what chat says too. Every single time I do, I feel like I just get disappointed just a little bit more. There is also a kraken that is based on the octopus that like uses coconut shells to hide, and the kraken searches for ship salvage, shipwrecks, stuff like that to make armor. Anyways, there is the Great Eruption, which is a pistol shrimp. There's this group of scientists in universe that are all fucking nerds, and they made a card game based around all of these the creatures, and they give them all like names and stuff, and they during the festival I was gonna have the players run into them, well they're like power scaling these motherfuckers. This is gonna be a great time. And that party, one of the party members went to the army, a different one had to move. It fell apart so quickly. Also, ads are about to start playing. It's been an hour and like a half since I've been in this cutscene sequence. This is the second cutscene, not the same one. But anyways, since I'm on my browser, I'll look up what Simic Hybrid is now. Simic Hybrid. Sure, this is close enough, honestly. Because it's just, unironically, it's literally just whatever I feel like it being that day. Whether it's just a Triton or it could just be mostly human with like giant crab arms. It's whatever the fuck I feel like. Back to the names. So the Kraken's the ship thrifter. There is the Great Eruption, which is the pistol shrimp. It is the reason why it's called that is because the locals of the planet believe that the shrimp is the single-handedly the cause for the underground volcanic eruptions on every volcano in the planet. The shrimp can dig. No, it is not the reason why the volcanoes explode, but whenever they explode, shrimp comes out. Probably because it doesn't want to get burnt But anyways, there is the Vent Garden, stole that name directly from Subnautica. Yeah, you can make whatever lore you want. If I like it enough, I will just add it as an NPC. Any of you can make any amount of lore as a character for the space campaign, and if I like it enough, it will be included at some point. No, you will not see it be included because it is a party that is just, it's a D&D thing that's just between me and my friends. But I'll tell you how it goes. And maybe if I were to do a D&D thing on stream, then son las 4. And if I were to do a D&D thing for stream or whatever, you might see those characters pop up if I like them enough. Simple as that. So yeah, the Vent Garden, it's a giant jellyfish that sticks to things and it sucks the heat out of them. The Vent Garden and the Great Eruption are great friends. The Great Eruption, also known as the Thermo Annihilator. And then there is also that's fair, Magic. That's fair. It's a lot of setup, and then also like streaming D&D takes a special kind of party. You can't just like do it, you know. Or at least I wouldn't say that. Also, I don't think they'd kill you. I think one of them would be extremely interested in your backstory if you are just a pile of flesh that can speak, and then the other two, or like two, wouldn't give a fuck. And the last one probably wouldn't even know you're there. They're very dumb. Yeah, I run almost all mine digitally because a lot of my friends just don't live close anymore. They're like across state lines and shit. So we just do it online, which is fine. Anyways, so the capital city sits at the top of a calcified tree stump, basically a massive one. Tree stump in quotes, because if you travel down the stump, you will see that there's multiple stumps. If you go out far enough and you like, you know, consider the whole thing as a whatever the fuck, you will notice that it is just a giant like stone-based sea anemone that they call the Guardian. Anyways, Argidos. Let me talk about Argidos real quick before I finish this cutscene and end the stream, because I do in fact have to get ready for work because I work in like 2 hours. That's fair. It's just easier that way. I hate it because I would love to just do physical because it lets me set up a lot more cooler props, but I make do with what I got. Simple as that. Argidos Gold Shaft, the steampunk automaton. So he was a part of a circus. Moving on. Anyways, so Argidos, he's a steampunk guy. Turns out that when coming up with the lore for Argidos, I ended up just making up the lore for the movie 9, which again, no original ideas exist. I was like, bro. He's got a fragment of his creator stuck inside of him, which is why his drive to create other robots is so high comparatively to making weapons or anything else. So he is of the inventor subclass Golemsmith, which is entirely focused on making golems. And then I managed to argue, because the inventor class, so while artificers are usually based around crafting multiple magic items and using them all in tandem with each other and alongside the subclass, the inventor, each of their subclasses is based around making one really strong magic item, basically. Drawn steel, it was like D&D with content bloat. Worse overall. That's funny. Human shape. I make self-explosive. Sell explosive because why the fuck not? All right, bars, good enough for me. That sounds compelling enough for my friends. But also draw steel. Never heard of it. It sounded like it was gonna be a D&D clone, but more heavily focused on the realism aspect. So like, I'm assuming like wounds are a major issue. You can like damage your limbs while fighting, stuff like that. That's just what it like sounds, just going off the name. So yeah, Argidos. So yeah, his drive to create golems is high, like really high, and it's because he's got a chunk of his creator inside of him. And because I'm a Warforged, I managed to that is fucking valid, Nep. Valid. Oh But yeah, so the inventor, the Goldsmith inventor, you get as the inventor, you get upgrades to apply to whatever subclass of inventor you are. And for the Goldsmith, you can apply upgrades to the golems. And I managed to argue with my DM that because I am a Warforged and thus also technically a construct slash golem, I should be able to upgrade myself. But I'm not gonna give myself the full range of upgrades, obviously. I have way less slots and they're more limited, etc, etc. Anyhow, so steampunk automaton, steampunk major thing, because the race as a whole gives me enough juice for it to just be a class. To steal some of the group away to play Lancer. That's the sub. I wish you the best of luck, Nep. Since you have followed me, I now officially recognize you as a goon of mine. You are now my henchman. Or henchwoman, whichever one. And I wish you, henchman slash woman of mine, the best of luck in your travels. And with whatever evil, conniving plans you make. Steampunk Automaton. It's got enough juice for it to just be a class on its own. You are still a goon. All of you are goons. I am the head of the finger or whatever the fuck. No. Yeah, goon verb has a very different meaning. I'm calling you goon noun. Very different. This is why English has rules. I'm calling you goon noun. Unless you don't want to be called a goon, in which case I won't call you a goon. And I'll just call you henchman slash woman. Hench human. So yeah, enough sauce to be like its own class, basically. As you do actions or take fire damage, you build up heat. If I build up, I have a heat like a maximum capacity for heat. If I build up too much heat, I will lose like 3 turns. I pass out on the spot, etc, etc. If I go over the capacity, and then reaching certain percentage of the capacity, I believe it was 70, 80, and 90%, I have to do increasingly more difficult Constitution saves. So if I fail a Constitution save, my character will lose that turn and release all of the heat, but I don't pass out. If I build up too much heat, I pass out for like 3 turns. Simple so far. Straight downside. Honestly, valid. I appreciate you dropping by. I'm also going to end the stream soon anyway, so you're not going to miss much. But have a good one, Nep. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. Goodbye. Back to our heroes and the steampunk and shit. So yeah. So doing actions, walking, taking fire damage, being in hot rooms, etc, etc, that builds up heat. If I'm at 0 heat, I just get stat debuffs because it's supposed to mimic a cold engine. Totinos, yes. No idea. But it's supposed to mimic a cold engine, how cold engines don't function as well until they warm up. Once I'm at 20 heat, flat 20 heat, which is a very easily accessible heat amount to reach in like a turn, I no longer lose any stats. And then from that point on, every like 20 or 30 heat or something like that, every like 50 heat, I think is what it was, I forget. Yes, that's what I was describing earlier. If I go over even a single point of heat post like my maximum capacity, I lose 3 turns and I pass out on the spot. And I have no say in the matter. There's no save against it. Nothing of that sort. If I overheat, I'm cooked. Drop like a sack of potatoes. But reaching 70%, 80%, and 90% of my heat capacity, every turn I have to make constitution saves, and they'll increase in difficulty from 70%. It's like a fucking like a 13 or something like that. 80% is like a 15, and then 90% is a 17, I think. DC 17. If I were to fuck up one of those saves, my character will lose the rest of that turn and then also expel all the heat, but I won't pass out, so I don't lose 3 turns. Important shit. Anyways, so as I get upgrades, as I'm able to increase my heat capacity via upgrading myself, I also unlock the ability to do more things. Yes, overheating doesn't do damage to me. I just lose 3 turns, but when I come back, I'm reset down to 0 heat. Simple. It's just straight debuff. If I don't, basically, if you don't manage that resource like right, you will just suffer. Anyways, every like 50 or 60 heat, I forget what is the threshold. I get like, I believe it was strength up and then dexterity down. Supposed to mimic me being able to output more power, but being less, having less ability of like less control over it, as the engine's pushing itself more. And then using heat, I can do things like I can consume a little bit of heat to release steam to like increase my 2 hit by like my D20 rolls on the attack rolls by like 1. I can like jump a little higher, I can like move 5 feet further, stuff like that, utilizing the steam. Or eventually, once I get other upgrades, I'll get things like a breath weapon. I don't know what the fuck Trunks is doing in Super Saiyan Saga, in the Android Saga. I've never seen Dragon Ball. But yeah, like with enough heat, I'm able to use a breath weapon. The breath weapon will increase in range and damage the more heat I output with it, but the damage falls off every 5 feet in front of me. So if it deals, let's say, I think it's like a D8 of damage, I want to say. It's like an average breath weapon, but it's just like it changes things. Yeah, exactly. That is how building up heat works. Correct. So for the breath weapon, like let's say it's like I put enough heat into it to deal 2d8 damage, let's say. It'll deal 2d8 at melee range, 5 feet in front of me. And then it'll deal 1d8 like in a cone further back. Correct. to a degree. Also, we were in fact talking about Voices of the Void earlier. Well, not really talking, I just mentioned it because we brought up Volnix. But anyways, the so yeah, the breath weapon based on how much heat, and it can reach like ridiculous range and ridiculous damage. But that's like Omega endgame. Because like once I have a max heat capacity of like 300 or whatever, this thing can like have a potential output of like 30 D8 or some bullshit. But that is like absolute max heat. It reaches like fucking 60 feet, etc., etc. There's a couple other things I can do, but I forget what they are. I have it all written down somewhere. The big thing is that once I reach certain heat thresholds... Oh, I'll get into the plus ultra in a second here. Once I reach certain heat thresholds, I gain fire damage to like my melee attacks. It's just an extra like flat like +2 fire damage, something like that. So it's just a little bit extra damage. But eventually, like if I'm like a 270%, like a 270 heat, let's say, talking about it in units now, because the maximum capacity me and my DM came up with was 300 at like Omega endgame, basically. So once I hit like 270, I'm doing like a flat like +30 fire damage on every hit, which is fine by me. And then once I hit like 280 heat, I think it is, I get a +1 to AC. Because as I heat up, the air around me starts warping and shit like that. I think it's actually like 240. Whatever. It's around the point in which most soft materials will start melting under just me walking over them. And then the air around my character will start warping to a degree in which will raise my AC by 1 because people now have a harder time hitting me because I am now a walking mirage, basically. Anyways, sick as fuck. My character ended up just being an aura farmer accidentally. Plus ultra, right? So, plus ultra. I have an ultimate ability that I'm able to cast only when I am at complete maximum capacity of heat. At the point in which if I get a singular heat point over, I pass out. I'm only able to use this at that point. And it's called Breakneck Blitz. So, I immediately release all the heat and I move forward a distance there's a calculation to it, but it's like a certain amount of feet per like heat used basically. So if I were to get the ability now at 100 heat, I can go like 60 feet, I think it is. But when I'm at 300 heat, I can go fucking 180 feet. All right, have a good one, Magic. And then for every 5 feet that I travel, I'll deal more damage should I hit someone. This damage gets ridiculous really quickly. And then when I hit someone, I'll push him back like 10 feet. And it'll break my arm in the process. I also lose all my move speed for like 2 turns afterwards because I like overload my legs running that fast. Wait, no, it wasn't ads. If it was ads, then that was like my stream went down for a second there, which is really funny because it was as soon as Magic left. But anyways, I'll do damage based on distance traveled. I'll push people. If they hit a wall, they take bonus damage. If the wall's brittle, they'll break through the wall, etc., etc. I lose my arm and thus I temporarily lose max HP because of that. I lose the ability to use my legs, but it's an ability that has a chance of dealing like 300 d6 at like absolute peak, which is hilarious. Anyways, you were absolutely correct, Charlotte. What I'm gonna do now is just end the stream. I'm not even gonna finish the cutscene. I'll just do it next time. I'm ending now because I've yapped too long. I've lied to you, Charlotte. I'm sorry. I did not get through the cutscene. Raid. Is there anyone I'm following? Yes. I'm gonna send you over to Rascal. But yeah, I appreciate you guys dropping by. I'm doing Zelda tomorrow, so do drop by for that if you so wish. Anyhow, I will now be gone. You guys have a good one.